I must sharpen this crouton.
Alright, so the pre-show has started. I'm gonna go start sharing that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Facebook.
Here we go.
And I will share that on my page and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other furry groups.
That's a lot of furries.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on, I gotta check something.
Copy.
Svet,
So,
I can hear myself.
I'm sorry.
Fix it.
Mute me.
You're muted.
No, I'm not. So I can hear myself.
Wait, now I can hear
There
it.
you go.
Okay, now I gotta check delays just in case because they're showing Ashboro. Ashboro looks bad. The Deep River just crossed it.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's
Okay.
gonna affect me for tomorrow.
Okay. I am posting stuff.
Okay. Friend off.
What did I do? Okay. And tag Kleo.
Looks like we're okay for the night.
And
there you go, drinking again.
What was that noise?
Me
that, when she hiccups, she squeaks.
I squeak.
I just realized my dang my copy and paste thing was on the shared screen.
Wow, sweetie.
It could have been worse. It could have been recreational media.
It might have been. Oh my.
It's all good.
It's okay.
It's a family show.
I'm not drunk. I'm just an idiot.
You are
It's
definitely an
A
idiot.
wholesome Christian family setting. That's what it is right now.
Right?
Let's see.
Okay.
Right. Asterisks.
Right.
Shit, Firestorm does not like me tonight.
Watch your fucking mouth. This is a family show.
Kiss my ass right
No
now.
Watch your profanity. Watch
Wait,
your
wait,
profanity.
Yay!
Suckers.
Yay!
Yay, what?
My thing is up! My thing is up!
I'm glad your thing is up.
No!
I didn't know you had that kind of plumbing.
Wait. Oh, I gotta see.
You sound like a 50-year-old without Viagra. Yay! My thing is up!
Still got it.
Still. Oh my god!
Still another fucking...
Watch your fucking mouth.
Yay!
Oh my god. It's like a roller coaster here.
Yeah!
Oh god.
Oof.
Yay!
And her browser crashed.
Yay!
Roxy, we're on air. Stop it.
Help me.
Yeah.
I did a thing!
Oh,
I did a thing today!
I am
What did you do?
concerned.
She did a thing.
I might have published two of
We had 2 listeners, and now we just have 1, and that's me.
I'm
You scared them.
Don't worry, I shared it with my group. There's going to be more.
Oh,
Awesome.
there we go.
I actually have my books up on
We'll
Amazon.
have back quite a few more people up here.
I hope so.
My books are on Amazon.
Yay.
Very proud.
They grow up so fast.
I'm so happy I can just burst.
Yeah, legitly, I'm like, ugh.
Ah,
Here's hoping I don't.
Okay, I need to
You'll
put a
be
bio
fine,
up
hang
because
in
there's
there.
not a bio of me on. I need to do that.
A bio of what?
Most of the time when you post a ebook, there's a little thing that talks about the author, and I haven't done that yet.
he has
You
3.
should do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, where do I put my little bio about me?
There's a Fritz at the door. He goes meow.
He does go meow.
He goes meow. He does a meow. My Fritz did a meow. Free.
Wiggles is not here.
I miss Wiggles.
I miss the Wiggles.
I've never met Wiggles in person, so I'm sorry.
They were interesting.
They're
Alright,
awesome.
gotta
Sounds like
read
you're
log.
pretty interesting.
No.
way to put it.
No, less than Tria, thankfully.
Still
Oh, okay.
sweet.
Like not gonna reach up behind you and grope your man tits kind of person. No.
I
They don't-
believe they call those moobs.
Moves.
Moves.
They're middies.
Damn it! Firestorm does not like me. I'm going back to freaking alchemy.
Middies.
Yeah, man titties.
Hey, good news, my stomach is settled down.
Yay! You just roboted there for a second on my end.
Domo arigato, Mrs.
The-
Roboto.
Yeah.
I actually thought I was going to have to run for a few minutes there. Oh, there you go.
But it's good. I'm okay now.
We're good.
We all good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Unless it starts doing the thing again, then I probably will have to run.
The thing.
Thanks for
Freaking-
having me, by the way.
Of course.
Always welcome.
Let's try this again. I'm gonna try alchemy and see what goes on.
Are you sure about this?
Maybe a burger with horseradish on an empty stomach wasn't the best idea.
That's a terrible
Terrible
idea.
idea. Terrible.
That's a horrible idea.
And I am paying for it.
Oh, we have 13 minutes.
yeah, my lord.
Crap. I gotta get logged into our broadcaster. Hello.
13 minutes until it starts?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
Hello and welcome
Wow.
to VIxens and a Wool.
Why is it
Unplugged.
buffering?
I
Why
am
is it
Svetlana
buffering?
Snowpaw.
Fuck off.
Over in the Dark Outpost, we have Gray Von Gottreich.
Hi
there. Standing behind me is the lovely Roxy Noir Snowpaw.
Oh my god.
And out in the producer studio is Sammy.
Oh lord.
That's me.
So if I'm Svet and Svet is me, Gray and Roxy, you two have to switch now.
Huh?
Oh no. I'll let me turn my music down.
That would be
You guys
wise.
are trying to make me do a freaking female alternative
Why?
persona, right?
Why
Yeah,
is it
pretty much.
buffering? Why are you
Because you
buffering?
Squeak when you hiccup.
Why you buffer? No buffer.
No.
No, encoding. We're good. Woo!
Hey!
We're in. All right, so I gotta start.
Sweet.
I gotta start playing music in. about
Don't
3
mind me,
minutes.
I'm just invading your personal space here.
I'm your personal space invader.
How many of you have assistants? Holy
Pop the
shit.
bubble of personal space.
Gray, the first thing of you that loaded was your shoulders. Are they hot?
Them shoulders, though.
Rocking them shoulders.
Your brow gal.
Oh God.
Yes,
I'm already playing music just to see if it'll stay encoding.
you can do it. You can do it.
We have
You can do it!
we have
You can do it all night long.
we already have 13 listeners. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I need to add your photo. Hold on.
That's right.
Yes, you get to go on the Wall of Fame.
Oh, no, not the derp.
Sure.
You put... Dude, this is why we can't have nice things. You put Kleo in anything that is fragile, she will accidentally break it with her klutziness.
Oh no.
Well, here's the fun part. Here's the fun part. You get posted by the great Uncle Kage.
Right next to him.
Ah, nice. Kage's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We met him here.
He's fun.
I'm trying to figure out which picture to use.
That one.
No, that one.
Wow, that treehouse looks obliterated.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. I get to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm honored, but like, I don't know. I didn't deserve it.
You do.
The Valley of Horror, Loving Home.
Oh, that's Valley of. I know what that is. The Valley of Honor is supposed to be.
I'm honored.
I cannot
Much
find-
wow.
Much wow.
Full of yay.
Bouncing yolks.
I was gonna say, Sammy, why are you bouncing?
I don't know.
Save image as. Here we go. Hold on. Broadcasting stuff. Guest picks.
Nibbler McSnibbler.
Kleo Derg.
Mhm.
And then content build. Upload image. Broadcasting stuff. Guest picks. Kleo Derg. There we go. Upload.
Okay, now it looks like I'm putting the picture up.
I can't see what you guys are actually doing, but I'm pretty sure it looks awesome.
If you look on our Facebook feed, you'll see it.
Wait, I'm going to turn around and smile. I'm happy.
Uh-oh.
More than happy.
There. Let's see. Yeah,
I'm
rename
playing
it
golf
now.
my computer.
Yay! Wait a minute. Did this thing start early? Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
did it?
Oh wow, I saw it. Never mind. That's so sweet of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have. All right. No mics are on. Good. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
if our mics was on, Marcus would be going on the freaking Discord going, "You're on the air too early. You're on the air too early." Rawr!
So
yeah.
we are allowed to say penis banana for now.
Bananas.
Nice.
I was eating a banana and I thought of that. And I was like, God damn it.
My anus is bleeding.
Oh my god, that's old as shit.
It is.
Well, as long as Fet's not staring at somebody while eating said banana for the longest time ever.
My spoon is too big.
What is that from? Is that from like Homestar Runner?
Rejected.
Oh right, right. My skin hurts. Right.
My spoon is too big. Oh my god. My spoon is too big.
Let's do the fork in the garbage disposal.
Oh my god.
I am a banana.
Oh boy.
I'm going to
That was-
pretend.
That was ASDF movies for 90s babies.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
ass stuff.
what is?
Yeah.
Was that my? Was that my? Where's my stories? Oh shit! No,
I
I'm
don't
not.
know where your stories are, my love.
Found
I
them.
ate it.
There you go. She ate them.
Good. We needed to hide the evidence.
Ooh.
No one must know.
Oh, we have a,
Leo is our studio garbage disposal.
Yep.
we has a Maddie Rose.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
They're in the Facebook Live stream.
Yay. Woo. Freak.
Heck.
Yes, I am the studio garbage disposal certified furry trash.
And
Approved by the Dark Outpost.
and Akira Morrison. Hello. And Thomas Konzinger and Joe
And
Villari.
Joe
Villari.
And
We
someone
got a
else
full house
joined.
going on here.
Oh, and someone else
That
joined.
would be
Oh, Sammy.
Yin
Yin,
What's going on?
Bean.
Yeah.
Yin,
oh, the Yin
Bean.
Bean?
Yes.
Yes, that is the Yin Bean. I could tell from the picture.
It's T-Money.
T-Money.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie, you had the best you guys had the best moves for the fursuit contest.
Oh, thank you. I was literally just trying to wing it the entire time, and I
Yep.
looked back at him, and he looked like he was definitely rocking that dance moves and everything he was doing.
He was. You both were.
He's just a naturally fabulous person. That's just what he does.
The mini gray was stolen many times during that contest.
Oh my
Many
goodness.
times.
Many times. Ha!
Yay!
Ah, I hate you.
Love you too. Don't lose the game.
Ah, damn it.
Damn it, I lost the game. And so did everybody else who's listening.
Spet,
Oh, come on.
Spet, you just got a notification that the MILF Patrol was online.
I saw that.
Oh, nice.
The whole live stream just saw
the
that.
MILF Patrol.
I has friends on Second Life who renamed themselves the MILF Patrol.
Who
We should have
named
a thought patrol
themselves?
group.
Right?
Approved.
I got scared for a second. I saw it said we're on air, but I'm like, wait, we're not talking. It's okay. It's not the broadcast
Yeah, no,
hasn't picked up our
sweetie,
mics
we're
yet.
fine.
Oh god, that would have worried me.
Set your face. Oh, okay. Your
Oh,
face finally decided to
shoot.
show back up.
I'm a dummy.
I know we're not going to have Storm on, in the studio here because he currently has no power at his place last night. So
No.
I messed up by a minute, so we're coming in a minute early,
Oh, lovely.
or not. I hope not. Is that a minute-long song? Probably not.
That's a bit premature.
Oh, I need a short song to maybe fix that. Oh crap.
Oh, hey. Now with Cleo's portrait, you've completed our first row of the special guest.
Yay!
Yay!
Woo.
This is
Oh,
a
wait,
milestone.
Wait a minute.
This is full of when.
Wait, wait. I need ads. I need ads. That's what I need. I need ads.
That's what you need.
Really? You haven't done that yet, sweet?
Oh no, I have, but we're just gonna load this with ads to get that last minute eaten up.
There you go.
Nom.
All right, let's see, 2040. That should be enough.
Jesus! Freaking alchemy is not what to say.
You know what? I'm just gonna delete that ad. We're gonna use the ID and then one of our sponsors. Okay.
There
Is
you go.
it just me, or did my ears get bigger?
No, they've been that big.
They've been that way.
I like how you're playing
God.
golf on your screen. That's good.
Fucking Legend of Zelda up in here. I've got those Hylian ears.
All right. We have
Yes.
2 minutes.
My
2
reaction
minutes.
whenever Cleo appears. Grab her, hold her up high in the air proudly. You got it,
You've
Cleo!
officially just given me a YouTube video idea. Thanks.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Now I gotta see this. I'm sorry, I gotta see this.
Roxy crashed again.
Sadly.
Get her some coffee.
Oh, God,
I
my
have
asleep.
Irish coffee.
I was considering that, but I'm behaving.
Get down here. I'll help you out.
Get down on it.
Get down on it. Oh God, it's Roxy.
Just thinking that.
Okay, we have a minute.
Almost a
You took
minute
your
flat
vitamins
now.
today?
I did twice.
Good. Twice
Twice.
by accident.
Yeah.
When my coffee's ready, will you bring
Okay.
it to me?
We're not on air. Get your ass up.
I'm coming.
Or you actually have a minute, so get your coffee.
It's not done yet.
We'll get your coffee anyway.
I can't. It's not done yet.
Here we
Don't
go.
have it Done yet?
Here we go. We got an ad. Eat at that time. Okay. 30 seconds.
29, 28,
Stop.
27,
Stop. Just stop.
countdown.
Oh God.
3
It's
hours
the
later.
final countdown.
All right. Stop. 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 Stop.
Do
I'm gonna smack you
it.
later.
Oh.
Here we are. We're on air in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Two Vixens and a Wolf Show. My name is Svetlana Snowpaw. Behind me is Roxy Noir Snowpaw.
Hi.
Out in the Dark Outpost, we have Gray Von Gottreich.
What's up?
In the producer's office in the Rabbit Valley studio on Second Life, we have Sammy Lockwood.
That's me.
And our special guest, Kleo the Medical Derg.
Hi there.
Yay.
Best friend.
His best friend. So, anyway,
Yee.
We're glad to be back after this hurricane has gone through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good for you.
Yeah, because Roxy, myself, and Gray are out in the affected area, and we're fine. We didn't even lose power, so
It did flicker a little bit.
yeah, a little bit, but
Yeah, it flickered here too. But
nothing.
it's held up nicely, surprisingly.
It's starting to hit me over here a little bit. My power went out a while ago.
Oh dear.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
But yeah, we're fine. We just had a few leaves come down. That's about it.
And twigs.
And twig and a tree somewhere in our woods cracked and fell.
We don't know where. We haven't gone looking. I don't think we want to go look.
I'm gonna go look. Not today,
Oh,
but
boy.
tomorrow.
You
So,
can
I
go
heard the
look.
Smash hit.
Still doesn't answer my question though. If a tree falls in a forest and there's no one around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Oh yeah, it won't stop bitching about how it fell down and no one was around to see.
Oh my god, I remember that. I remember a photo like that or a video or some skit like that referenced that. Oh my goodness. So, while Roxy's making her coffee in front of me and didn't even offer me any, meanie, I could.
Ooh.
Oh snap!
So,
You're a big, grown, foxy lady. Go make your own coffee.
oh my god. See how mean she is to me? This is spousal abuse.
No, it's not.
And it hasn't even let is the kitty inside or outside? He's out. He's inside. Okay. We have a cat that's bitching. So
Bitch cat.
nope,
Definitely
Fritz.
bitch cat.
Oh okay.
But he's been in here too long, so he wanted out.
Indeed, he did. He's like, I want out. Let me out.
I want out now.
So my debit card problems finally got fixed.
Yay!
My new if anybody who wasn't here last week, my debit card was hacked apparently by someone in Beverly Hills. You figured they could do better than just some poor Fox broadcaster that makes no money doing this. They could do better than my card. But
That's horrible.
I know it was out in Beverly Hills too, which I was kind of surprised.
Well,
Wow.
And they tried charging me for close to $200.
gee. Oh, yeah.
What the hell?
But thankfully, my big bank that I use, they red flagged every single one of them, and it did not go through. So it was all declined. So it was like an 80. It
Awesome.
was like an 80 taken out and immediately given back because it was declined, and a 60 and a 40. So, yeah. So I got my card in today, and it's been a pain in the butt because every time I needed money, I'm like transfer to this account.
Transfer.
It's like, do I have enough money
Oh
in this
my
card?
goodness.
Crap. Transfer it. So, anyway.
At least it was easier for you to just do that and get it over and done with.
Yeah, but it's just a pain in the butt because then, you have some things are like, oh, you didn't pay this. It's like, because it's an automatic draft and now you have to like reschedule everything. I'm pretty sure we got to schedule Hulu and Funimation on a new card. So
Oh, you got Funimation?
I do have Funimation. You want access?
I would honestly love access.
All right. So after the show, I'll give you access to it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, because we use it for a few things. Like Ancient Magus Bride, when it first came out, is what we bought it for.
Don't
and
talk
then
about that show. I'm mad.
To get a few kicks. And then we watched, Kami-sama Kiss.
Yep. Now we're watching.
What else would we watch on there? A few others. And
It's
now,
a show that must not be named.
right, and now we're watching High School DxD.
I'm going back and rewatching Ren, Daughters of Minazoa, I think is how you're supposed to say it. I don't know Japanese that well.
You're not alone on that aspect.
No, I don't think much of us are fluent in Japanese. So
I know one person that I went to high school with who studied Japanese, and God bless her. I need to just take lessons from her so I understand shit.
yeah.
She's blessed.
Very.
Funimation would really help because I've been trying to deal with those like third-party streaming sites that
gives you 5 advertisements before you could even click on the play button.
Yeah, I can give you my
I don't love
Funimation app.
those.
Jeez.
I don't have the. It was either Funimation or Crunchyroll, but Crunchyroll did not have Ancient Magus Bride in English, so Funimation it was.
And
Oh,
a
we
good
got
choice, too.
I know. Everybody else thinks I made a terrible decision because they're like, "Oh, you like the English? You like the English dubs and not the English subs?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because I want to pay attention to the show instead of read the whole thing."
Not everyone enjoys the dub over the sub. Some people love
Right.
the sub more than the dub. Don't judge people for liking one over the other.
Right? I
Don't
don't.
look like an elitist asshole.
So
Tomato,
what-
tomato. We all got our own preferences.
Hey, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, both are drinkable.
Yes.
I'm just too lazy
For the most
to.
part.
I'm just too lazy to read.
You are lazy.
Plus, I don't have. I have bad vision. I don't even have. I don't have current glasses anymore.
That's why
So
you have to use binoculars from time to time.
I have. No, I've used my phone as a binocular because I'm like, what does that say that over there? And I take a picture of it, and I have to zoom in.
Wow.
So
I mean,
Foxy,
same.
you worry me.
I am going to ream Boss Cat a new one.
Why?
They keep pinging Discord, and I can't turn it off.
I thought I fixed that.
I don't hear-
Oh, I have to mute our own group chat.
I fixed
Fixed
that.
it.
I
So,
fixed that.
Oh boy.
for those who don't know who Boss Cat is, he's the one that runs the whole thing. That's Marcus Damon. He actually helped us get our little show. So
Yay!
Awesome.
if you
I'm
guys,
drinking again.
if anybody out there wants to be a DJ or
Shit.
do a little show on a furry radio station, you can contact Marcus Damon, or go to All Fur Radio and get his contact information there. You can contact us directly, and we can pass the message along.
So supposedly, according to Marcus, he tweeted about how sassy you were on Twitter.
Oh, geez, I'm afraid to look.
Like,
Someone
evidently-
is the Sass Master.
Evidently, you've been very, very sassy, and they posted it via AFR. And I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta find where they say that you're being sassy.
I'm
They've
looking.
also posted videos and pictures of best friend and I.
Yee.
I don't see no sassy post. They're lying to me.
I'm
I've been
looking.
sitting out here at the Dark Outpost the entire time.
I'm looking. I can't find it.
I don't see it.
Sad wolf.
No, I don't see
can't
it.
find it.
So
You
he's
were
lying to
with us
me.
in
Spirit, Gray.
You were.
And
Yeah,
another
by the
people.
way,
And in
that
plush.
video of you took of
Yeah.
me giving you a hug, absolutely adorable. Thank you.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh,
Highlighted the experience.
it's I see where it's from. It's from when we did our stream at Philadelphia, and it says it says the audio is still mad. This is just the beginning of the trim work from Philadelphia. This is spent during Tuvok's live show, being all sassy and
I don't
stuff.
see that.
teaching
Where do you see
that
that?
table what like women, what a woman is like.
I don't even see that. Where do you see
It's
that?
September 12th. It's hilarious.
How often does he freaking post? Oh my god, he posts a lot. Never
Oh
mind.
my god, this is adorable. Because it's right after Sammy and Cleo's picture.
Woo woo.
Not a cute
It
picture.
is adorable. I'm going to redo it for our very sassy Svet.
Yes, I is sassy when I want to be.
You're extremely sassy, sweetie. Like, you are sassy sass.
You're popping your hips from time to time.
I try to be sassy, but like it fails. But except no, when I was in that fursuit competition, I was definitely trying to be sassy.
Oh yeah, and you totally worked that. What in the world?
Oh, Lord.
Hey.
So-
Oh
If
shit! There's a
anybody is
picture of the video of
curious-
me. Oh my god, I
If
see it.
anybody is curious, I just reposted it via our Twitter
I hate
page.
you so much. I just saw the clip and I'm like, nope, not gonna watch that.
Aw, sweetie. Don't worry,
You
you're
don't
still
like
learning.
yourself, don't you?
It's a down. No, it's not a good angle.
You're still learning.
So
But
Oh, that
Gray,
didn't sound healthy.
Gray, how was your weekend? I know you said you were you just had some blown down trees and stuff, but wasn't this the weekend you guys were supposed to do D&D?
Yeah, we're supposed to be doing D&D, but I had to cancel it because Mom escaped Myrtle Beach on Monday. When she first heard rumor about mass evac, she's like, "Nope, I'm leaving now." She came over to my
beat
place.
the traffic.
She was
Oh, yeah.
wise,
Oh,
wise
yeah,
woman,
she was-
wise.
Oh yeah,
Very wise.
she figured everything should be all right, so she got all the stuff that she knows that are not replaceable and put it in her Jeep and drove up here.
There you go.
No offense.
And
That would have been
the
us.
storm passed. Oh yeah, the storm passed. Amazingly, and it turns out that her neighborhood she's in out in Myrtle Beach was actually not bothered very much because
That's good.
It was like high winds and such, and her house is still doing good. No missing shingles or siding. Neighborhood never got flooded,
Well, that's
even though the news keeps saying that. Oh my goodness, Myrtle Beach is under 4 or 5 feet of water. Blah, 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 blah.
That's more towards northern Myrtle Beach on Ocean
Exactly.
Avenue, Ocean Boulevard, because
Mhm.
where me and Svet actually stayed for my best friend's wedding last year, there were several hotels on that strip right there, right on the ocean front, and I saw that, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh dear God, I know exactly what that road was. I know where it is.
Oh, no.
I drove it earlier this year when I went to the beach, which is crazy.
Those poor beach houses that people like got all like nice and everything, and then hurricane season comes along, and then those beach houses are completely devastated. It is
Mhm.
sad.
that's
And
what
this
insurance
is
for.
a first
There's
for North
also-
Carolina in a while.
There is no insurance on those houses.
Yeah,
Oh.
there is none.
Oof.
Mhm.
All insurance companies has pretty much said, you're screwed. You're fed for yourself. We're not covering for your ass.
It's an act of God, is what it is to them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always
There was,
covered.
I think a while ago, I think it was Sandy or something like that. I know I was in New Jersey recently, not recently, but like over the summer, and there was this one bridge that was like halfway underwater, and like the beach, like the ocean connected with the bay, and it was just like crazy what Mother Nature can do, like especially with
Mhm.
hurricanes and flooding and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. I grew up in Florida, so I used to see that stuff all the time. We actually just had a major rainstorm a couple of weeks ago, more significant than Florence, and we have a private road going to our house, and it dips down into a valley that underneath runs a creek, which is about 6 inches high of water. It was pretty deep down there. I mean, it's about a 6-foot drop to get into the creek. And one morning, my mother calls me and she says the creek is overflowing, and I'm like, "That's cool." And it's like it's going over the road. It's like I think about ankle high over the road, so it rose about 7 feet.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, and that was just because of some blockage through the tubing, but there was new rivers everywhere coming down the hills, and everywhere. They're just really impressive. We were kind of hoping to do it again because there's some people looking at that land to buy. It's to build a house on, and we're like, we don't want neighbors. So,
Oh,
Oh, that's crazy.
but I guess they'll learn if they build a house on there. Heavy rainstorm comes. You got a swimming pool in the back.
Lord,
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
now would that raise the property value or lower it?
lower it.
I'm not sure.
Probably
Depends on who
lower
you
it.
talk to, I guess.
Free swimming pool.
Right? Muddy, few branches, lots of
Yeah,
copperheads,
everything's a fixer
It's all
upper.
natural and fully organic.
and lots of copperheads. So
Now, Svet, you actually had you worked this weekend, but you actually had an interesting afternoon today.
did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
What did you do today?
I went to an orientation. I got my job full time.
Yeah, it's something to
That's not-
celebrate.
Awesome.
You should celebrate about that.
I'm not celebrating about that. What are you talking about?
Hey, be happy you have a full-time job. I don't.
I'm still waiting to hear back from this lady about a job that pays about $6 more per hour.
So,
But
well,
I'll call
hopefully
her
that'll
tomorrow.
happen.
Oh,
No,
well.
today,
You can only hope.
yeah, today for me, now get this. Svet can actually tell you, I was fuming earlier, and Greg will tell you I was fuming earlier.
Putting it lightly.
Last night, due to the weather, they didn't know how bad it was going to be, so they decided to delay my college opening today. So I'm like, okay, I already got all the forms ready, all backup plan, everything. So everything's ready to go. Send it to my supervisor. head of my department. And so 8 a.m. comes. Great. That's when my first class would have been. 9:30 is when my second class would have been. Great. That time goes. Kids have the assignment. They know what they got to do when they come back on Wednesday. I get an email at 12:30 from the head of my department saying, thank you for submitting your forms, but you should have held your 9:30 class this morning because the college opened at 10 a.m., so you should have held your class from 10 to 10:50.
What?
Exactly. What kind of bullshit is that?
Whoa, little heated there.
So, needless to say, I immediately email her back and say, I'm sorry for my mistake. Here's the AI form for that.
Kiss that ass.
Oh,
So,
such a jerk.
I called a colleague of mine who works at a different school, actually the other school I teach at, and I asked them, I said, have you ever heard of this where if a college doesn't open until 10 a.m., doesn't that pretty much mean that anything prior to that is canceled, even if your class starts at a halfway mark? Yeah. Why? I said, how many students would have actually shown up to my 9:30 class?
Oh, none of them.
Yeah, none of them. I asked Svet's sister, who, God bless her, she got back to school safe and sound. I asked her the same thing. I said, if you were one of my students and school didn't open at 10 a.m., didn't open until 10 a.m., yet your class was at 9:30, what would you have expected? Class to be canceled. I wouldn't have shown up.
Right.
I said, exactly. So from now on, I will show up, and if my students don't show up when something like this happens again, knock on wood, it'll probably happen again. Hoping it doesn't. But if it does, I'll be there. And my students, if they don't show up, 15 minutes goes by, peace out, I'm gone.
Yep, 15-minute rule.
Yeah.
Yes.
But actually, I had a good weekend. If anybody of you don't know the show American Horror Story,
Yes.
I have been terrified of that show for years, but I've seen bits and pieces of it. I got halfway through the first season like 2-3 years ago. Well, because the new season started last week, and it's a combination of the first season and then the third season, which is Coven. I watched the rest of the first season. Then I watched the entire third season of Coven in a day and a half.
Oh, that's crazy.
While drinking wine. I had it running on my desktop. I was curled up. Svet can tell you this. I was curled up. They would come home, find me curled up on the couch with my laptop, working on school stuff, getting prepped for the storm, and just working on other stuff while I'm sitting here watching it, more or less reading the subtitles. With my head,
Classic and best way.
with my wireless headset on, listening to it where nobody else can hear it while drinking a bottle of wine.
Yep.
So I had
Absolutely.
that's how I spent my weekend.
Well, that's fun. So,
But pretty much since today's class is canceled, I was able to get caught up on a lot of stuff. Like this weekend, I was able to get caught up on a lot of stuff for the rest of the semester for the one school, and then I got 2 weeks ahead for my classes for tomorrow and getting my mini-mester ready. So I got a lot of planning done, so I don't have to worry for like another 2 weeks.
well,
Hey.
that's good.
Which in 2 weeks we have fall break, so I'm like, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, buddy.
Not much of a fall break. I have planning. I have freaking meetings I gotta go to.
So, Kleo, how was your weekend?
Yeah, how was yours?
Oh, my weekend was good. I just spent a lot of time with family and checking up on everybody and how everybody's doing. I'm currently in the process of like but I have 6 different customers, and I have 3 of them are actually of my species. And so I've been making the mother mold over the weekend, and after 8 different tries of making the same mold over and over and over again, I finally got it just perfect enough. So, of course, because, when you're an artist, you're your worst critic. So
Of course.
Yeah.
I finally got it, and I told all of my customers that I have, hey, the new mold for the Celestial Guardian Dragon species is finally here. So, and I sent them pictures. So I'm very, very, very excited to be giving them the new heads and everything like that. And I might make another head for myself because it looks very fun.
There you go.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I've been
Sweet.
doing molds and seeing family and working on I've been working on information about the species, making sure everything is up to date, and hanging out with my members. Basically, they're all awesome. So yeah, thanks for asking.
Well, if I had known that you liked American Horror Story, I would have said, "Hey, you want to watch American Horror Story with me?" I would have just bugged you and said, "Hey, you want to watch it with me?" There are a couple, I want to go back and watch other seasons, but I'm terrified to watch them by myself because a couple of them do get really dark. I don't want to see the recent season Cult. That one looks creepy. With the clown masks. That's no. I'll go back and watch season 2, 4, 5, and 6, and then I'll watch this season.
Yeah, I love scary stuff. I love anything really spooky. The only thing I can't do is creepy smiley faces, like the real creepy ones.
Oh.
I can't do dolls, and you're gonna laugh at this. I have the most irrational fear of giant 2012 style tidal waves. If there's a movie with a giant tidal wave, I'm like, nope.
So
Not
Poseidon.
today, Satan. Not
Well,
today.
that knocks out day after tomorrow.
Yeah, nope.
Okay, yeah. Pretty much knocks
Yeah,
out any
possibly.
disaster movie. Any disaster movie, we're pretty
Yep.
much out the door. That's okay. But what are you looking forward to for this week? What are some of your goals for the week?
Well, I had a goal for the week to officially become a registered medical assistant, which I did today. I officially have graduated from my school and college.
Yay!
So I'm
Congrats!
very happy. Registered medical assistant. This week, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of more of a when you get done something very big and you're like, oh, that's great. What do I do now?
Right?
So yeah, I'm probably most likely gonna see if I can get some heads done, maybe post a couple pictures. I was thinking about doing some more pictures for the lore of my species so I can draw them up and really put them together because I know that I'm having another panel for Apocalypse in Connecticut, so I have to get everything together to make sure it's perfect. And even though it's in October, I'm a planner, and I'm like, if we go up there again and everything's like it was at Philadelphia, I'm going to be a mess. Hot mess. So I'm like, I got a plan.
There you go. I wish we could join you for that, but that is the same weekend that Svet is working, and we will also be traveling the following weekend with Gray and a group of friends to the Renaissance Festival down here. So, and
Oh, fun.
yeah, and that week I got to play catch up because the following week I've got a concert I'm going to. So it's October's a big month for us.
Yep.
October's a huge
Oh.
month. But
No, it's okay.
We're definitely
I'll
gonna
think
come.
about you guys.
we'll probably call
guys
you
were
and text
so
you.
generous to me. Yeah, you guys were so generous to me at Philadelphia. Thank you so much.
Oh,
You
no.
guys were such a big help.
Oh, no
You were
problem.
wonderful at Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yes.
Aw,
We're so
thank
glad
you.
to have gotten a new friend out of it. Several friends, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably even though it was my second con and my smallest con, our first con, Roxy and I, was
FWA.
FWA. I enjoyed Philadelphia more because of the people I met.
Awesome. That's so awesome to hear. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah. So, anyway, I think we're gonna take a break really quick, and we'll get back to Kleo with the Guardian Dragons,
We're gonna
Celestial
do-
Guardian Dragons. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I had a brain
There
fart.
you go.
We're
And
going to
what
do my
she
media
does,
discussion.
yeah, and what she does, and then we'll get into my stuff, the good, bad, and furry, and the list, and Roxy's media review. So stay tuned.
Yee.
Woo.
All right.
Svet, you went out of order.
I know.
This is why you
I don't-
have the schedule
I don't have
up
it in
in
front of me.
front of you.
I don't have it in front of me.
Oh,
Svet,
Nobody
it's
sent it
in.
to me. No,
It is.
you
It's
need
in
to-
the discussion.
You need to send it to me.
Oh my lord! It's in the channel.
Which channel?
It's in our new channel. It's in conference.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Go up.
By the way, it looks like there's a screenshot of your treehouse. It looks like it's just blown away. It looks like Hurricane Florence got it.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Well, that's the
Little,
sun. That's the freaking greenhouse up at the treehouse.
Oh,
Oh,
my gosh,
no, that was
totally.
my screenshot. I didn't realize you were talking about mine, but that was to
My
point
whole
out why I
group
had to
is,
relog.
like,
What's up with the group?
oh my god. They're all flipping out. They're like, "Oh my god, Cleo, you sound awesome. You seem so excited. This is so cool."
Aw.
Oh my.
You are getting a few words of congratulations.
Yes.
on our
Oh,
Facebook
really?
live stream there.
Huh. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
So my books are live and my author profile is live on Amazon. So yay, I'm happy now.
I have to check it out.
I will
Yay.
definitely send you the link because I have
wait a minute.
I have a short story and I have a novel that I worked on for quite a few years. It's still like it exists. I'm
Roxy?
still making edits to it, but I want to see like what the readers think first before I go back and make final revisions. Yes, sweetie.
Why does it say September 10th show?
It's September. It's supposed to say September the 17th. Sorry. That was when I was drinking my wine.
Oh, by the way, the song we're playing is "Creep" right now. Which is originally
Gee,
by
say that
Radiohead.
to everybody on the Facebook group, sweetie.
Why? And they can listen. They should just. I don't care.
You're gonna try and give away the theme.
There's no theme.
Technically, there is.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
I don't have no theme.
Wait, I thought you guys had a theme set for tonight.
Technically, there is a theme, but Svet just blew it.
I haven't played a theme. I'm playing "Creep."
Thanks, Fat.
The song is called "Creep." That's all
Okay.
it's saying. Jeez.
I'm a creep.
It's that song, yeah. It's in jazz though.
There you go. There's my author profile on Amazon.
Yay.
I sent it to Q.
I have to see.
I'll send it to everybody in like the general chat.
Girl, you know I want to read those books.
Well, I only have one technically. The other one is a short story I wrote a while ago, and I went back and I did some proofreading. I want to continue it. I need to like actually take time and figure out what I want to do with it, and that's the Black Swan one.
Oh.
I will recommend if you read it, you need to listen to the Black Swan soundtrack from the film.
Oh, I'll be right back.
You gonna go make coffee?
I
I'm
will
just gonna get some
definitely take a
lunch
look
on
at
it.
it.
I actually told my mom, and she like I sent my mom a thing. I was like, I did a thing. Sorry. I said, Mom, I did a thing, and she's like, what? Or I sent her a thing on Facebook, and then she immediately calls me and goes, what did you just do? I was like, well, I did a thing. And she's like, she said, it took you this effing long to do this. I was like, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh boy.
Svet kinda forgot me there.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Don't worry. We'll get you when we come back.
I
Hey.
lost the game on Jezball.
No!
Looks like we all lost the game.
Ah, damn you. Damn you.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I told my group, I said, I hope you guys enjoy the radio stream. These guys are really awesome. And then I posted in another thing, I'm like, get ready for some secret content. I'm going to be dropping them some new ideas I thought of for the species that they have no idea what it is.
Ooh, there you go.
Juicy details.
Juicy.
I can tell you guys.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like really dorky or whatever, but I thought of like some new anatomy things and I thought of some new story traits and things like that. So, I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
It's not dorky, it's your species.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be
Yeah.
passionate for it.
So a way to make it fun.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm so excited.
That's one thing like I love when I create my characters, like I see them in my head. It's kind of like I'm watching a movie and I see them in my head and then bam, there they are.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like when you make a character, you just become so personalized with it. Like it's like, oh man, like I can really relate to that, or like, wow, that's something I really admire. Or character. That's a beautiful thing about character creation.
For me, it's always been like I try, like I meet people, I kind of eavesdrop, I observe people, I people watch. Oh,
Yeah, you thought of it, bitch.
bring them over here.
No, this is my
Bring
snack.
them
This is
over
my
here.
snack.
Can we get some more tomorrow?
Yeah.
Can we get some more tomorrow? We've had this for like 3 weeks.
I know. It was wonderful.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Fruit
I'm
Loops.
excited.
Fruit
Fruit
Loops.
Loops.
Ah. I can't have Fruit Loops, but I love them
Why can't you have
Why can't you have them?
because I have something called celiac disease. It's an allergy to wheat.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that.
That's right.
Yeah, no, stay
Yeah.
away from that. Stay away from that.
Right?
Stay away from
Oh.
that. It's like, please don't do that. Don't. Just don't. Ding! Great, there goes the coffee.
No, not the
You're inhaling
coffee.
the coffee too fast.
Cleo, people are asking if you could make it to Dragon Con.
Oh, that's
Who?
an
Me?
convention.
Yeah.
Wow, me? I'm. I mean, I can try. I don't even know when it is. I can try. So, I have an interview with the hospital tomorrow. So if I get the job and I'm saving some moolah, then maybe, yeah.
Get that cash money.
Yeah, cash money, registered medical assistant here.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I don't really do it for the money. I do it because I generally do care about people. It's just also nice because I need to pay bills and stuff.
Right.
Amen. I know that.
Added
Plus.
benefit.
But
Definitely.
oh my gosh, I'm so relieved. I'm actually most likely going to go right from here working a little bit and go right into nursing school. And I found out that they could put your student loans on hold. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
so-
beautiful.
believe me,
Nice.
when I went to get my master's, all I had to do, because my time was almost up, and I told them, I was like, I'm getting my master's. They're like, oh, don't worry about that. Bing, we're good.
Nice. They really helped you out and everything?
Oh, yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, you can
Alright.
just put them on hold.
We have 40 seconds or 30
So
seconds.
now I've got to talk to them possibly whenever I do my doctorate, whenever that time comes around.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with it.
Uh,
I'll support you.
I got to apply to other schools first. Yeah, I got to apply to
20
schools.
seconds.
Why is Discord
Uh-oh, we
acting
just
up?
lost somebody.
No, Discord. And there goes Alchemy.
Yeah, we lost. Oh, there's Roxy. There we go.
Yeah, I lost it. Alchemy decided to crash
5
and
seconds.
take things out with it.
Roger.
3 seconds. 2,
Roger.
1. We're back. And we're back with the Two Vixens and a Wolf show with our special guest, Kleo the Medical Derg.
Hello.
Best friend.
As
There you go.
Sammy's best friend.
Sammy's very
So-
best friend.
Do you just want to get into it, Roxy, or you want to?
Sure, I'll get into it. So right now, if nobody sees me on SO, I do apologize. My viewer went down, but that is not going to delay me in doing my media review. Sadly, we did not get to do completely
movie
what
night.
we wanted to do this past week or weekend due to the storm. We had to put that on hold, but we already do have we can still talk about the person I wanted to talk about, Gallagher.
Yay.
Ooh.
Cleo, have you heard about Mr. Gallagher?
The name seems familiar, however, maybe not.
Sledge-O-Matic, smash the watermelon.
He was famous for smashing watermelons and other squishy
Another
things.
months.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
This guy
Watermelon
is
and berries
hilarious.
also.
This guy is hilarious. And it was, a couple months ago, we actually introduced, Sammy had never heard of Gallagher. I grew
Right.
up watching Gallagher. Svet had grew up watching Gallagher. And
I
Sammy
watched Gallagher myself.
and Gray had definitely, so when we brought it up to Sammy, they're like, who is this? And so we showed them a clip, and then we ended up watching a whole stand-up act of Gallagher doing his
Oh,
infamous Sledge-o-matic.
Oh, we'll have to invite you when we start streaming it again, because we're going to watch it soon anyway.
Yep, we're going to watch that, but this week we will be deciding on a new viewing. But we are going to touch real briefly on who Gallagher is. Gallagher is actually from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, so he's a North Carolina local.
Oh,
Yes.
Ooh.
But he did move. He didn't stay here long.
I was born near Fort Bragg.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Neat.
Sweet.
We have North Carolina. They're everywhere. North Carolinians are everywhere. Very. It's a
Yes.
small world after all. It's a
no.
small world.
Oh my God!
after
I'd take you on
all.
that ride once.
I knew that song already. I already knew the song before I went
Everybody
to
knew
it.
that song
Everybody.
Literally.
knew that
because it's a
song.
small world.
But Gallagher, he actually didn't live in North Carolina super long. He was only here till he was about 9, and then his family picked up and they moved. They did live in Ohio. They left here. They left Ohio actually because of his asthma, and they moved to Tampa. So that's where he went to high school, and he even went to college, and he has actually got a degree, get this, in chemical engineering.
I actually knew that.
Oh,
And he minored in English Lit, so I have a very, very high respect for him. That's why when you listen to his skits most of the time, he's always mocking language.
Yep.
Which I was like, I always wonder why he did that. I was like, well, that explains it. You're an English mate. You minored in English, so you studied English, and you decide, oh, I'm just gonna make fun of it.
oh my God.
But I've actually seen Gallagher in passing. I was about, like 8 years old. He was up in
I mean,
Western North
are
Carolina.
you sure? You said you saw Uncle Kage in passing too.
No, this was legitly Gallagher because I have witnesses.
All right.
We were up visiting my grandparents. They live in the Western North Carolina mountains, and it was summer. And my mother had to run. We were going to the lake up there with Grandpa. We were going to go fishing. And we had to stop at the local grocery store. And my mother went in with my brother, and me and my grandfather stayed in the car. And right in passing, here comes Gallagher carrying 2 massive watermelons under each of his arms out of the grocery store. My mother does a double take. I'm looking at Grandpa. I'm like, Grandpa, it's the smash guy, the watermelon smash guy. And because I didn't know his name. I didn't know his name was Gallagher at the time. And my grandfather's like, and I mean, my grandfather, who was a retired police officer and an Air Forceman,
no.
literally starts cussing, and he said, well, I'll be damned, and said a couple other words.
Ooh.
And said, that's effing Gallagher. And then my mother comes back, and my mom's like, you won't believe who I saw come out of the grocery store and pass. And my grandfather's like, it was effing Gallagher. And I'm like, smashing guy. Watermelon smash guy, because I didn't know what he did. I just remember he used to make me laugh as a kid. And we saw him, and we were so mad that we did. My mom's like, I should have said hello to him. I'm like, Grandpa, what's he doing up here in the mountains? He's like, he might be visiting somebody, or he might be doing a show. My mom's like, if he was doing a damn show, we would have known.
Ooh.
Because we would have gone.
Yeah.
But my grandfather was like, well, it's probably a private party. You know, those people up here in the mountains, they don't live up here, but they vacation here, so they probably hired him or something. So I was like, oh, I want to see Gallagher.
Someone has a buzzy phone.
Somebody has a boozy phone.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, I can hear
But
it.
Gallagher, Sammy, what did you think? I know you absolutely loved Gallagher when you sat and watched him when we were watching the stream that day.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I was definitely looking forward to the smashing part. But
Everybody
back to a
does.
little thing you mentioned earlier, the smashing guy. I thought that was Nigel Thornberry.
Smashing.
No, different guy. But I think my favorite thing of the whole thing is like how he sets everything up, and like some of his early stuff I was watching, he does not, like when people saw him when they first saw him back in the early 80s, they did
People
not
saw
know.
when they first saw him.
Sorry, I'm wired now. I have coffee in my system.
Oh God.
I'm wired now.
It's
But-
only one cup, no matter how big the size of the container is, as long as it's in one
Ooh.
cup.
But when he first got started with his specials, nobody knew if you sat in the front row, you're gonna get
You're in the
just
splash zone.
You're in the splash
Oh,
zone. They had
no.
oh yeah. So a lot of people didn't know that until after they went and saw him, and he started making a name for himself. He's been kind of quiet lately.
He's getting
I haven't-
old.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's 72 years old.
What if he
Mhm.
can't smash anymore?
Oh,
Let me smash.
Oh, he
Oh,
can.
that
Oh,
is
God.
not at all what I meant.
He totally can.
That's not at all what I meant.
I heard someone do the Lemmy smash.
That would be me.
That would be sweat.
That'd be set.
But
Let me smash.
I think one of my I would love if he ever does go back on tour. I know he does some touring. If he ever does decide to go back on to like really heavily touring, I say we all go. Go see freaking Gallagher and
There you
laugh
go.
our heads off.
I'm down.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch him. You gotta watch him. Just go on Amazon. A lot of his, if you have Amazon Prime, you can find his films, his comedy skits, and he has a ton of stuff on YouTube. I mean, little segments from 80s all the way up to now. It's hilarious. I love it.
Okay, I'll definitely go check him out. That sounds awesome.
But I am gonna
He's
turn
touring
over.
right now, actually.
He is.
Yeah.
Where?
He's doing the local clubs. Like there's some comedy zones on here.
Oh, he needs
I
to come
wonder if
back.
he's coming to the comedy zone in Greensboro.
That would be awesome because we know
I'm
somebody
gonna
there.
look that up. So anyway,
But for our furry side this week, how many of you remember Vivzy Pop?
Oh, I do.
everybody knows Busy Pop.
Yeah, she is doing great. She's going to be at Midwest, the actual guest of honor at Midwest Fur Fest. I actually wish we were going so we could meet her.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard she's super, super nice. She does right now have over 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. She is constantly growing.
Nice.
My favorite video still by her is
Roxy!
Daya. What?
Roxy,
Is he coming?
yes,
Woo!
October 24th.
Can we go?
Yeah,
Can we go?
yeah,
Can we go?
yeah,
Can we go? Can we
yeah,
go? Can we go?
yeah.
Can we go? Can we go? Can we go?
Shut up! Yeah, it's at 7
And
a.m.
it's not even the coffee making her like
Can we
that.
go?
It's
Can we go?
7.
Can we go?
Hold
Can
on!
we go? Can we
I'm
go?
looking at tickets. Damn, woman.
There's a Groupon for it. Gray, you gotta come up.
$30 for VIP
I
seating.
can't hear anything because I'm hearing a car accident in my ears.
Gray, you have to come. You have to come.
I'm working that day.
What?
I'm working that day.
Mask off.
No, I'm calling.
It's like you're
No, wait.
taking a sick day.
Wait a minute. I just got hired on. I'm taking a sick day.
Oh.
I got fresh
Gray,
points.
Gray,
We're good.
Gray, 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 Gray.
Great, great, great.
I'm going to throw this
You guys
bottle at
keep
you.
learning my name.
Oh.
Gray, you need
He's still doing it again.
you need to come here.
VIP seating's $30.
Who the hell cares? I'll pay it.
That's what I'll do.
Wait,
Nice.
that's after my payday. That's after my payday. Yay!
I'm buying them Wednesday. What are you talking about?
Yay!
So
Great.
anyway,
You have to
I'm
come
going to see if
up.
anybody else wants to go. But
You have
continuing
to
on
come.
with your Busy Pop thing.
Okay, sorry. A little bit of
We have a
excitement there
show.
because I've been. You need to call Mama.
We
Call
have a
Mama.
show! Get on it, bitch!
Sorry.
Bye.
I've been wanting to see Gallagher since I was like knee-high to a grasshopper.
Get on with the show.
Get
Right.
on with it.
Because it's all it's going to be if you keep it up. It's just going to be up 11 o'clock. Gallagher. I swear to God.
Okay, so part of Izzy Pop.
Or I'm yeeting your microphone cord. I hope I used that word right.
No, don't eat my. So right now, her highest viewed video is actually her Died Young Kesha fan art video. If you have not seen it, it is awesome. It's actually with one of her most iconic characters. But she actually did get a degree got a graduate degree in arts, specifically animation, which is awesome. She does have a show. She's got a contract doing a show. It's not out yet. Keyword yet.
Yes.
It's going to be called the Has Been Hotel. It's supposed to take place in hell.
Oh.
she's still doing she does a lot of speed art drawings of them, a lot of her characters. So right now we haven't seen anything new about Hazbin Hotel in about 4 months. She's released an official trailer. So as soon as that show comes out, we are hopping on top of that. Because I am really wanting to see how far the show will go. I'm glad that she actually was able to get a contract with somebody to do that show. So if anybody has not seen VisiPop, or if you are going to Midwest Fur Fest, please drop by. Tell her that us at Tuval say hello, because we would like to
And she's
meet.
like, "Who's that?
Who's that? Tell her to look us up.
New phone? Who this?"
New show.
Just tell her to look us
Right.
up on Facebook and stuff. Little drop into the hit. But we would love to have her join us on the show one time, because that would be an interesting discussion. Because we don't know officially if she's furry or not. That's been the big
I'm
question.
Like 90% sure she is, even if she denies it. I mean, look at her characters.
True. But I keep looking. I looked on her DeviantArt and I'm like, where? Like, she doesn't say anything.
She denies it, but denial is just part of the process.
Yeah.
That's the first step.
It's like, tell us if you are. We would love to know. But she is going to a convention with a bunch of furries, so
I'm
means something.
pretty sure she's a furry if she's going to Midwest Fur Fest.
yeah.
Meet her at the convention and yell out, "Blink twice if you are."
Blink, blink.
Blink 3 times you're being held hostage.
Blink, blink. Just keep blinking.
I can't tell if that was 4 or 2 twos.
But that is...
That was 2 twos. She's super mega.
Right?
But, Kleo, have you actually seen VisiPop on YouTube?
Yes, I have actually.
I tried drawing one of her characters just as a practice, and I'm like, oh, this is so hard.
Her
I
art
are
really
your
love
own
her
worst
work,
critic.
I have to say.
I am my own
I love
worst.
it.
I will admit, I am my, like you said, Kleo. You are your own. You're your worst critic. I am my own
artist
worst
is their
critic.
worst is their own worst critic.
Exactly.
Same in writing. It's like, ugh. But she probably thinks the same thing. But I mean, I love watching her do her speed draws, which I'm like, I don't know how long that takes, but holy crap.
The hard part is, as an artist, you can never see your work the way everybody else sees it. Like, your work could be totally great and awesome, but you'll always see it with some kind of flaw.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
It's,
I'm sorry. I haven't been looking at the Facebook stream.
what?
They were commenting on how much of a child you were.
Yes, I know I am. Thank you. Especially when you give me sugar or candy
Oh God.
on a school night. But
For shame.
yeah, for shame.
Don't forget that project you have to turn in tomorrow that you're not worked on yet.
Oh
But-
God.
But she is very active on DeviantArt. I've been kind of going through her DeviantArt today, which she did a post a couple weeks ago. She's been a little quiet, but that's probably because school's back in session for her up in New York. And right now, she's kind of quiet on YouTube, but she's probably working on more, like I said, school. We all know that, dealing with school. But I'm going to turn it over to my lovely, lovely host and our guest, which our guest, I'm leaving this up to you to select what we watch this week for our viewing and discussion for next week's show.
Oh, boy.
Nice to jump that on her. Goodness.
Damn.
How
Yeah.
rude.
For viewing and discussion.
Yes, because we do we're starting a viewing and discussion for.
Discussing?
Shut up!
That's disgusting.
You're gonna make coffee. You're gonna make water and coffee come out of my nose, and I don't need
Why are
that.
you drinking both at the same time? How dare you?
No, I'm
Actually,
sipping.
Coffee has water in it.
It's dirty bean water.
I'm sipping.
It's angry bean juice.
Angry bean
Hey,
juice.
my nickname is Bean. Don't make fun of beans, okay?
Be nice.
Have you seen Disenchantment yet?
No, I haven't. I can't say I have.
The main character's name is Bean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's on Netflix. So I
But
think,
to answer your your comment there earlier. I don't. It depends on what kind of genre of things you like. I mean, I'm not good at making decisions, and I'm certainly not going to sit out here and whore out my YouTube channel. So I'm not really sure.
Go right ahead. We'll talk about your YouTube channel.
Oh God,
I'm cool with that.
and-
I can talk about it next week. I'm totally cool. I left it off the radar this week because we were having you. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want her to feel like she's like being judged.
No, it's okay. I have a ton of videos on my channel, and they're mostly of Kleo, my derpy dragon that runs around. But I don't have the best video equipment. However, I have a phone that films better videos, and I'll be uploading another YouTube video this week. But I kind of just do random ones. I'm not very consistent, but like, I don't know. I have to say, there's a video, and it came straight from a true story. There's a video called Bad Day, and like, I had the worst day that day. Like, I was talking about like bad drivers that were there. I had a ton of registered medical assistant homework to do, and I have a video where I put subtitles and emojis and everything, and like subtitles of like a bad day, and how I don't know if you like Bath and Body Works or like things that
Yes.
smell awesome. But I believe in the video, I took a whole basket full of lotions, and I'm like, ooh, what's this? And then it cuts over to where I'm in the bathtub, and I have, like, lotion, like
remember
bottles
that
of
video.
lotion.
Yes.
just all over
Yes.
Cleo.
Great.
I love that video.
This video is adorable.
Yeah. But
Like,
But I'm still working on the quality and everything, but I just upload them when I really feel like it. I mean, maybe if I get, like, if I get better at it and whatnot, then maybe I'll upload more, but, I just do it casually. So.
well, right now, so everybody, we'll kind of brainstorm throughout the show during our breaks till we can come up with what we want to watch for our viewing next week, and we will let our viewers know and listeners know, because we will be doing a stream hopefully this weekend or later on in the week. We might even do it Sunday.
where you can join us live.
Sunday,
But,
Sunday.
Right now, you can join us live on our Discord channel. You can get you can get the link from Facebook on the Two Vixens and a Wolf Facebook page. It's been posted on our live stream video for what's going on now, and you can click on it and interact with us and our special guest Kleo during the show book stream. But when we come back, we're going to turn it over to Kleo so she could talk to us about her open species, the Celestial Guardian Dragon, and what she does and all those other good things.
Yeah.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
Yay!
All right.
So what are we
I
thinking
get
this
so
week?
nervous.
Oh, it's okay.
Roxy, your song's coming on.
What song?
Roxy!
Shut up.
You don't have to turn on the red light.
No.
You know what? I know what I'm going to talk about next week if we don't have a viewing. The
Who's
Emmys
dying?
the Emmys are going on right now.
Oh, Lord.
This is the first
Yeah.
year in like 2-3 years I'm missing the Emmys.
Aw.
That's
the
okay.
Emmys are just the Olympics, but for actors.
Well, like one of my favorite actors, he actually won his first Emmy in 42 years tonight.
Ooh.
After his first, this was 42 years after his first nomination, he won his first Emmy today.
That's awesome.
So I'm so happy. I'm like, yes. Like he totally
So-
deserved it.
That's crazy.
Give me.
Yeah, I didn't really know. Like, I thought I was like, maybe I'm saying the right things. I don't know. But, like, oh my gosh. So, the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, okay, what's something, like, really intriguing that people can watch? And I'm like, I knew you were talking about scary stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, like, there's so many creepy things that I follow and, like, creepy stories and everything like that. And then there's a bunch of weird stuff I look on YouTube. And I know for certain that, like, if you like the weird side of YouTube, like my boyfriend actually does, they're called YouTube poops. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yes.
But he does them, and he has like old Rubik's Cube videos or whatever, and like oh my god, I have to put this out there. So the first time like I was introduced to his channel, there's a video called Banjo Gyro. I'm really not sure if you've heard of it, but it is like one of the weirdest things you can ever watch on YouTube. Like I there's no words to describe it, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to share that.
Dark
Like, I
side
don't
of
know if people are gonna be
YouTube.
freaked out.
Dark side of YouTube depends on my day. It legitly depends on my day.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, it's funny, but like it's one of those like, what did I just watch kind of a things. You know what I mean? Like,
You
Oh,
really
yeah.
want to see the darker side of YouTube?
I do. I do. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm bored.
Ever heard of a
But-
channel called Dark 5?
No, what's it about?
Oh, well, let's just say it has different features on their channel about different topics of the dark and creepy nature. But there's on rare occasions it has like the tinfoil hat peppered everywhere, somewhere from time to time. It's talking about either alien visitations, the first Russian space flight
Okay.
that never happened,
You got
but
a little bit of time.
someone died on it.
Oh
But
wow,
somebody else took the
that's,
credit.
I love that stuff. That kind of like odd, creepy, eerie stuff. I
Yep.
love that.
And they also have a side channel called the Dark 5 Radio, which plays nothing but the creepy music track that's featured in any of those videos. Seriously.
I'm very intrigued by this. Like, no lie, I love creepy stuff.
Yep, it's called Dark 5.
See, I like
Dark Five.
creepy pasta.
To chew, five gun.
I love creepy pasta.
Yes.
I grew to respect creepy pasta, but that took a while.
I almost sat down to write a creepypasta of my own. I actually have the full concept still in my mind. It's,
Turned into creepy soup.
well,
Hey.
I mean, it's more of a creepy stew at this point.
Ah, okay.
Well, my short story I could probably turn into a creepy pasta, but I just
I'm
put it on
asking the
Amazon.
group any suggestions for ideas.
It doesn't have to be
Wise,
creepy. It could be something like cult classic. I think that's what I'm start. Like I pulled up one of my old lists to see what we got.
The list.
Which Gray, are you gonna do the list tonight?
I don't have anything, to be honest with you, because I was actually talking about the aftermath of the hurricane.
That is perfectly fine.
Okay. As well, lately,
Aw.
the material's been a little dry.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
My best friend. Oh my god. I just saw something like completely off topic, and I'm terribly sorry for being completely off topic.
Uh-oh.
She just posted something on Facebook that's so sweet. She really helps people out, and like she's really kind and everything, and you know, she's like a sister to me. She just posted something that's like, remember to anyone that my house is a safe zone. Coffee can be on in minutes if you prefer tea or soda, no problem. Even if you think it's weird or we aren't on speaking terms, text me, call me, message me. I'll be there. I'm always a shoulder to cry on, to listen. Nothing is worse than being alone and going through things alone. # mental health awareness. Oh my god, I love her.
Aw.
Oh, that's hardcore.
She's the best. I'm sorry. I'm like, I jump from topic to topic. I am listening, I promise.
Don't worry, you're good.
It's ADD.
It happens.
Okay, guys, we're back, and they're not. Okay, so I'm gonna press the microphone.
Bum.
And we are
Hello?
back with two Vixens and a Wolf show. Svetlana Snowfall has briefly taken a break and stepped away from the mic, so Roxy has taken over like she did last week.
Roxy, dear, your microphone is not working at all. Hey, folks, it's Gray here. We had a bit of a minor technical difficulty, and so I had to step away for a little bit. And, yeah.
They'll be back.
We'll be back. But,
Hey, we're still here.
oh,
Hold on,
yes.
I'm running.
What's here?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Sorry,
Yes.
that's Sweat screwed up on their side. But I was able to get the button pressed.
Yay!
I push buttons.
Press the button.
I push buttons. I push buttons.
So we're definitely on the air now, right?
Yeah, I believe we are.
I believe we are. Okay, good.
I believe we are.
Yay!
I believe we are. I pressed the lock on button. Does that mean it's on? Mike's live.
I believe so, yes.
I don't know. I'm on the other side of the room while Svet pushes buttons.
True.
Originally, I was the one that pushed buttons. Now they push buttons.
Oh, they figured it out.
But we do have our lovely guest, Miss Kleo the Medical Derg. Yes, Svet, you're late.
I'm sorry, I was making coffee.
You're late. You're late.
I know.
Be sure that we are.
Don't worry me.
But we do have Kleo the Medical Derg joining us tonight, the Celestial Angel Dragon. We wanted to take a little bit of time in our show to get to know the lovely Medical Derg. As you heard earlier, she was able to get her nursing license, and yay!
We still got music playing on the stream while we're live.
Uh-oh.
Like, I can hear the
Uh-oh.
music and our voices.
Really? Because there's nothing playing.
I stopped
Blues
music.
Infusion.
Yeah, it's.
There we go.
Playing. Yeah. Okay.
It's a couple seconds behind us.
Oh, dear.
Sammy, it's always a couple seconds behind us.
I mean, like,
Uh-oh.
it was still playing while you were
We
talking.
always do that.
What?
Like, I heard
That's how
your
we try.
voice a few seconds later while the music was still playing.
Yeah,
God
we do
damn
that
it.
all the time.
Hey.
Now.
We fade that out.
Family friendly show.
Yay. But we are, and we have a lot of people watching us on our Facebook stream tonight. So, Kleo, tell us a little bit about yourself, dear,
Oh,
and
boy.
what you are and what you do.
Well, I am Kleo. Outside of the furry fandom, I do the job of a registered medical assistant, which basically I work with physicians and doctors. I assist with minor surgeries, and I assist with basically checking in people from the doctor's office and helping them out in hospitals. I'm also a certified nursing assistant, and I'm going to be going to nursing school. But outside of, the real world, how exciting that is, in the furry fandom, I'm the medical dragon. I am the creator of the celestial guardian dragon species, which is growing a little bit slowly, but we're growing, and I'm getting to meet all my members and become friends with them. And I am a fursuit maker. I'm a digital artist, and I run my own little mini business called Derpy Dragon Fursuits. So
It's
I
adorable.
currently am working on a couple of celestial guardian dragon fursuits, which are going to look amazing with the new model that I've done. And I've been doing that and monitoring my group and basically making sure that my group is turning into a community that is kind of a safe zone from drama and any negativity that might be going on right now, and just making something that people can enjoy, really. I mean, just your average Joe that's a fursuit maker and such.
You're not an average Joe.
You
You're
are-
creative. You're creative.
Oh, thank you. So
You own
yeah, I mean,
species.
Yeah, you have your own
Yes, you-
species.
I do. It took me so long to make them. Like, so many different ideas in the process of making them. I actually started off the species. It originated off of an original dragon sona, and when I made the head, I wasn't that experienced with making heads. So when I made the horns actually wiggled, and I'm like, I wonder if it would be cute to have, because I'm feeling it out. I'm like wiggling the horns. I'm like, I wonder if it'd be cute to have a species of dragons that, they have horns that can wiggle around but stiffen up for battle and whatnot. And I'm like, oh wow, that would be something really different. Like something it would be their ears but also their horns. So it's very kind of hard to explain in a sense, but I ran with it for a little bit, ran through a couple designs, made sure I wasn't copying anybody or anything, because I'd never want to do that. And then I was the only person originally in the species, and then more people were like, oh, that's cute. What is it? Well, it's this species that I made, and more people started to join, and more people started to join. I made more friends and made more connections, and then finally made a fursuit of Kleo, which she was originally all purple, and then I made her white because I know I'm kind of going on, but
No, you're
when
good.
I went to dye the fur purple, it was lavender, and then I tried it again, and I looked at it before I put the dye on. I'm like, wow, looks really good white. So I kept it, I kept it white, and then as I started to get into the medical field, I basically themed my character around medical related things, and the fact that I want to go into either be a neonatal nurse or pediatric cardiology, I kind of themed my Sona around everything that's pediatric health, autism awareness, and lots of different medical related things that people can relate to, kind of a thing. It's been a while making this species and getting to this point, I have to say.
You took your time over it,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
a good thing. You don't rush a good thing like that.
That's
Yeah,
probably why you
it's-
haven't seen my celestial guardian dragon, because I want to make it good, you know.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
gosh, I had like I knew you were thinking about making one. I'm like, oh my god, that's so awesome. My like yeah, they're feel free to ask anything really about them. I love answering questions. I know that for certain it's an open species. There's no rules at all. The only rule is just kind of keep the basic shape, but like in a sense that you can add anything you want, but as long as you have like some things that are trademarked to, yeah, that's a celestial guardian dragon. So it doesn't get confused with other things, because like we have two versions of the species. Version 1 is like more traditional. They have the wings, and they have the claws and everything like that. Version 2 is more related to the in the story, the creator of the species, and they have no wings and they have paws instead of claws, but they're like retractable. So I tell people, they're like, what do you mean by keep the basic shape? Like, do we have to do this, this, and this? I'm like, listen, if you want to have 15 heads in your dragon, if you want to have like multiple tails, if you want to have any kind of marking you want, go for it. Have fun with it. The only rule, and it's not even a rule, it's just I love to see pictures. I always tell people, like, when you make one, send me a picture, because I actually do have a board in my studio, and I print it out and I pin it, and it's on my board for me to look at every time I work on something. I see all my members on the board. I love it. So, yes.
Oh, that's cute.
So,
I have a question.
sure. Ask
How do
away.
you do how do you chirp? Like I know you showed me the device, but
Ancient
how do
Chinese
you
secret.
how do you do that? Like I'm fascinated by it.
Well, it's really simple, actually. I take like the squeaker from a dog toy, and this isn't really like the recommended thing to do. There's things like bird whistles and actual customized whistles, but I tried a bird whistle and like I could not do it. It was one of the hardest things to do. I might learn it one day, but I actually take the squeaker of a dog toy, and instead of just blowing out of it, I actually like what's the best way to explain, you make certain, like, you blow air out of your mouth, like
Yeah.
like you say like T or something, and then if you just say T T T T T and you squirt, like you squeak out from the squeaker, it's like it makes a certain chirping noise, and when you make a kissy noise, like when you do that, it
Mhm.
makes a higher chirping noise. So it actually depends on what side of the squeaker you use, because one side is a lower tone and one side's a higher tone. So instead of when I say hello to people, I'm actually saying hello without the L.
Oh!
W, but it sounds like an
Hello.
L. So
Oh, whoa. What this?
yeah, it's
Because I've been trying to figure it out.
And then I have to buy bulk packs of squeakers because I'm not advanced to know the true secrets yet, but all I know is that they do get pretty damp. So I have to keep like a bunch of them with me in case one gets too damp and I can't use it, because it'll sound like a dying squirrel pretty much.
Aw.
That's some
So-
dank squeakers.
Yeah, because I was like,
Dang
wait a
squeakers.
minute, how the? Because I was noticing that when you were hanging out with us the other day, and I was like, how the heck is she doing that? That's not like what the other ones I've seen. Like when most of the fur cons I've been to, only two, and I've seen an angel dragon or they have that kind of little bird whistle in their mouth, and I'm like, somebody actually let me try it, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Right.
I tried. I can't do this. Help.
Uh-huh.
Because
Exactly.
I think it's adorable. I was like, this is so cool, but I can't do it. I tried.
No, that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked. It's one of those, like, you have to be very careful and you have to have a lot of practice with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worth it. Maybe one day I'll learn it. I'm trying to. But yeah, actually, speaking of squeaking, not all of my dragons squeak, believe it or not. We all kind of make different noises. The only reason I chirp is because in my, like, story lore, she was kind of raised in a hospital setting, and she learned the language of, like, the hospital and took, like, sounds and converted them into language when she was younger. So the squeaky wheels of a gurney, the beeping of the heart monitor, and, like, that's why she squeaks. And chirps and
that is
everything.
so cool. I like that lineage. I like that.
Yeah. But not everybody has to do squeaking. Some people can make, like, basically, like, any kind of noise they want from literally anything. Like, this species, that's why I love it so much. You can do literally whatever you want to do, and it's okay. You can act however you want to act, appropriately and nice. Don't be mean to others. But and it's all cool. It's all chill. You be you and I be me, and we go on our merry way.
There you go. Because I was like, I've noticed that, like, because I've been watching your YouTube channel, which I will talk about next week. But I was like trying to figure out, like, she like, when I listen to you, actually, like, you chirp and you squeak, but you also are formulating, like, actual sentences and actual words, and I'm like, I haven't heard anybody else do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's unique. Yeah. I like that. That's different. And so that's why I was kind of intrigued. I was like, I want to do that, but I don't think foxes do that.
Oh, yeah, no, we can make any sound, and I made it so that we're allowed to break character because, like, from me being the medical field, let me tell you what, it's way more important to tell someone, hey, I'm overheating and need a drink of water and break character versus passing out on the con floor. So
Amen.
That is absolutely okay.
Amen.
I probably
Amen.
would have screamed if you fell down at the con.
Oh, I would have panicked. I'd be like, no, please don't.
Oh, you guys are too sweet. Oh my goodness. I'm just smiling so much right now. I wish you could see it.
Aww.
But yeah, I'm so glad that you like my YouTube channel. I'm actually, like I said, I'm going to be, sorry, that was my phone.
You're
I'm
good.
going to be posting more videos and everything, and especially preparing for the next panel at FurPoc for the Celestial Guardian Dragons. I gotta get so much. I gotta redo the lore story. Well, not the story, but, like, redo the video for it and everything. So, like, oh no.
So it's mainly just getting prepped up. And how do you prep for cons? Like, I've never actually asked a fursuiter, how do you prep for a con?
Carefully.
Well, considering I'm a planner, I start planning way ahead. Like, when it comes to fursuits, you got to make sure they're washed. You got to make sure, like, you can pack them correctly so they're not damaging anything. Like, I learned very quick when first time I went to Anthrocon, I put my head in my suitcase, and we were on a Greyhound bus for, like, X amount of hours. Take it out of the suitcase, and the head and the eyes are bent and everything. Same thing with putting fursuit heads in the trunk. Doesn't really work that well. The eyes get bent, it's a whole mess. But I prepare for conventions by, kind of thinking, okay, what kind of stuff am I going to do? Especially if you're a leader of, growing species, you got to think, all right, what am I going to have at my panel? Do I want food? Everybody likes food, right? Do I want something for them to color? If they get bored, they color something. Usual packing clothes and everything like that. You also want to make sure that you pack stuff for your fursuit, like any props you're thinking, and then you kind of pack it all up beforehand and see, is this way too much to carry, blah, blah, blah. And if it is, then you downsize. And you kind of go off your experience of each convention you go to based on, like, oh, hey, I was prepared for this, but I really could have used this. Like, for Anthrocon, I was very prepared for having enough props, but I was not prepared for the amount of walking and carrying said props back up to the hotel and the fursuit. So next time, remember to bring a bigger rolling suitcase or something like that. So it's basically just like packing for a vacation, but you gotta be prepared, and I'm an over-preparer. I actually bring like a mini first aid kit with me because I'm the medical person in the hotel room with a group of people. So I'm like, if someone gets hurt, I got stuff to help them. So,
Yay!
yeah,
Oh,
that's what I do.
I'm kind of on the same level with you on that. Just because I was in marching band, I have a medical condition. I bring first aid. I was the one in college. Whenever we traveled, I mean, we didn't travel much in college for college band, but when we did travel, it was like first aid kit, sewing kit, like snacks, Gatorade, Powerade, crackers, protein bars, and everybody's like, it was between me and another girl who now is actually an assistant instructor of the college band, and we were literally became the guard moms of the group. Because literally, and I still do this, Sven will tell you. I mean, even when we went up to FTO, I was like, Gray, have you eaten? Have you eaten? Or Sammy, did you eat? Did you drink something? This morning, I'm like, eat now,
Yeah, we
water
barely
now.
ate for Philadelphia.
I ate more than they did, but that's
Well,
because I stayed prepared. I'm like, we got to do
Well,
this.
Not for nothing. We were not fully financially prepared for Philadelphia, but we had already made the promise. I blew a toll that was $20-something to get into King of Prussia, and they sent me the bill of $60-something.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But
So-
yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, it was not pretty because I'm like, we're waiting at the toll. Like, I don't have enough money to pay for this toll, or I do, but I won't have enough money at the con. And I'm like, this sounds like a problem for future Svet. So I blew through the fast pass thing, and they didn't like that.
Have you
So
still wait? Do you still? Yeah, we still got to pay that.
There's a $60-something fine I gotta pay now. So I'm gonna try to
Even
call
though they
them up
said,
and
even though
beg.
they said, oh, it'll be waived since this is your first time coming into
No,
the
that
city.
was Virginia or West Virginia.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Our tolls kind of suck.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're okay.
Not gonna lie, but tolls are only made for people for like when they build the new road, and once they pay it off, those toll booths are supposed to be gone. Nope.
Yeah, no. That went out the door.
That was the premise of what a toll road was. They toll you until their road is paid off, and then they stop.
Oh,
Whatever.
no.
Sammy, do you have any questions? I know Sammy, you said you're considering doing a celestial
I
dragon.
just said that.
But like, what are you
Yes,
wanting to
that's
make them
right.
look like? Like,
Yes.
what are you wanting them to look like? Just curious. How are you going to keep it to somewhat of the design that Kleo has?
See, that's the thing. I'm honestly kind of horrible at designs and colors. I mostly get someone else to help me with them.
Right now, you're just winging it.
Yeah.
That's okay. Winging it's
Yeah,
okay.
if
I like it.
If you have any questions, like I absolutely love when people come up to me and ask me questions because I just love to clear up any confusion. I love to talk about them and everything. And basically, you know what? Sammy, don't even stress too hard about it. Let me tell you what, you can do anything you want with your dragon. When I mean keep
Aw.
basic shape, if you want to add something, go for it. If you want to take something away, like, hey, maybe you don't want the 4 ear horns that are there. That's all right. That's cool. You just let me know. Like, don't even stress it. Like, literally just put your personality, whatever you want to do with it, just do it. Don't even worry about it. So it's going to be awesome either way. I am very lenient. I literally have no rules to them. It's just, keep like
They're
trademark
definitely
shape. So
I like that there's that openness. Because that's pretty much what the furry community is. Anything goes.
Exactly. And that's exactly my point. I make it so open because the furry fandom is an escape from reality. So, I mean, I respect other species, don't get me wrong. Some people have a lot more rules because they want to keep things traditional. I respect that. You do you. However, I want to be a little different because I want to have people give more creative freedom. Like, it's just like giving someone a blank canvas and saying, you do whatever you want with it. They're not only going to be able to express themselves, but be more happy with their character, more happy with the fandom, and give them a more welcoming environment for them to be their inner creative selves. And hey, you know what? Creativity is a beautiful thing. I've seen such beautiful creations come out of the species that I never thought were even possible. I absolutely love it. And it's just so amazing. And speaking of creativity, I do have some secret content to drop here, if that's okay with you guys, for the species.
Oh, of
Go right
course.
ahead. Spill with us, sweetie. Gossip. Yes.
So, according to the species and the species lore and everything, which it's a little long to talk about, but I'm not going to discuss it. The only thing, well, I mean, I'll discuss a little bit of it, but not the whole thing, obviously. But anyway, so I have some new ideas that I was thinking about pitching out there and seeing what my members thought about it. So,
Okay.
I know some species cannot be hybrids of other species. However, other species are open and don't mind. So I know one of my species versions that I have is version 2, and they're more related to Avenu the lion, which is the king/creator of the species, according to the story. So since he's like a spiritual, all like powerful, shape-shifting lion and whatnot, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe they can have more feline traits. Maybe they can have things like, you know what, maybe if someone wants ears, maybe they can have ears, as long as they have like little small ear horns that have the celestial guardian dragon trait to them, or just at least a pair of them. So that way if someone gets confused and says, maybe that's just an angel dragon, they can be like, no, it's not, here's the ear horns. So I was thinking, if they want like a softer muzzle, they can do that now. If they want feathered wings instead of the dragon mix feather, they can do that now.
Ooh.
They can change any size they want, and they can have ears, as long as, like I said, they have one or two of the traits from the traditional version, which I have which I have pictures of and whatever. And hey, you know what? Speaking of creativity, all of my bases that are in my species completely free. Absolutely free.
Awesome.
Don't even pay for them, just use them. Whenever I make them, I dish them out so people can try them out. So
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. So I have, as a writer, I want to create something. You got my juices going.
yeah.
That's my job.
Shut up.
Uh,
Family show.
Hey, I
Family
had a sex
show.
joke in over an hour at least. So let me have it.
Family show. Family
Oh,
show. But no, I would definitely, I want to start, now that because I want to break into the writing field for the furry fandom. I haven't broke into it yet. Kind of did in grad school. Didn't
You were
completely.
offered the opportunity at FWA. I don't know why you didn't.
Work life reality kind of took over, so that went on the back burner. A lot of my writing projects have gone on the back burner, but I think I've found my muse, because I love watching your videos, and I've watched your video about the folklore, and I'm like, this intrigues me. I want to see this. And I've got little creative juices going. I'm like, okay, now I think I've got something going, because I want to write something that I don't want to stick to the traditionals of the fandom, because a lot of people think, oh, erotic. You go on Fur Affinity and all you see is erotic writing, and I'm like, can we walk away from that for a little bit? Can we actually have a story?
Yeah. So what are you thinking about? What's your
Well, I
what's
think
your mindset?
what I'm seeing right now is kind of something taking. I still want to do the concept that Svet has of retail. When we used to work in
I need
retail.
to explain that one. That one's funny. I need a comic maker or someone who could just draw little chibi things really fast, little comic strips. Because I've had a idea in my head for years.
We all worked
being
retail.
in retail and whatnot, and having little furry comics of the shit that happens in retail.
Or just in work.
Where
in
is this
general.
item? And, because I've actually had this happen. Like I'm on the aisle. Like I used to work at Lowe's Home Improvement, so it's a hardware store for those who don't know what that is. And I worked in the electrical section, and I'm on the aisle with all the light bulbs. I mean, it's all light bulbs. There's nothing but light bulbs. And someone asked me,
Wow,
"Where's the
what an idea!"
Right?" And I'm like, somebody asked me, "He's like, where's the light bulbs?" And I just want to turn around. It's like, "You're here!"
Dude, I'm on it.
Feast your eyes.
Oh, you'll
that'd be
make that comic awesome.
Because we've been trying to do this. We've been trying to break into it for years.
Like we talked to Gray about it, and we're like, he wants an IT little section because all the calls he gets sometimes with dealing with people with IT issues, and I could just see him holding up his sign, tech support.
Oh yeah, I commissioned a picture just for him because he's helped me so much with when I first got my rig, when Roxy got her rig, setting it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it on the
general chat. Yeah, so
Mine is just I want to break into a different kind of writing for the furry fandom, and I want to introduce some of the creatures that people don't really think about. Like, of course, you've got foxes, but you don't think of Arctic foxes. You've got wolves. Well, you don't think about Carpathian draft wolves like Gray.
Yeah.
Coyotes aren't really brought in. You got angel dragons, but you've got celestial dragons. Nobody thinks about these kind of out-of-the-way characters or creatures that are within the fandom. So I'm thinking something simple to kind of just introduce people like, hey, look, we exist. We're different. We stand alone. But we are a part of this, and this isn't erotic. This is reality.
Right.
So more like a contemporary, well, I wanted to get my doctorate in contemporary fiction or quote-unquote new adult. So I think that's where my audience is, which is always 18 to 28. I think that's what I'm going to do. You've kind of got me going on that path because you created this whole universe, and you've created yourself, your persona, your species. I'm like, I want to see if I can try that, but introduce everybody to those non-traditional furries.
Oh, I'd be honored to, be a part of that. Like, I honestly never thought that people would enjoy something I created this much. I never thought that they would be noticed. I never thought that they would have a voice. I don't know, it was just something I did for fun, but I never thought anyone would like it this much. And now that I know people do, I'm trying to not only get us, like, I'm not in it for popularity. I'm in it to make people smile. And I want other people, just like you mentioned, to notice other species. I want them to notice maybe the unspoken creation that is floating around right now on your local furry art page that nobody really pays attention to, because those are beautiful things. Like, those are beautiful creations and beautiful animals that just don't get enough recognition, and it's quite a shame, I have to say. But that kind of reminds me of my species, how the part of their name Guardian, they protect the weak, they protect the ones that are unseen, they protect the ones that are bullied, harassed, maybe kicked out of groups or whatever. And, like, we kind of oversee all creation, so I don't know, we just love everybody. So it's kind of neat that you mentioned that, because I totally feel the same way. Like, there's so many cool things in this fandom, and maybe they should get a little more light,
Yeah, because, I mean, there's things, like, nobody, like I was saying, like, example, Gray, Carpathian draft wolf. How many people actually know what a Carpathian draft wolf is?
0. Well, until
I didn't know.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And yet there could be hundreds of them out there trying to find each other going, hey, I'm a part of this group.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, like, that's what I want to work on. And I think you kind of got me. Like, plus I did some things today. I did a thing with Amazon. Yay. So that's kind of got me on this rolling, like, snowball effect. Like, ooh, my inspiration's back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let me know if you have any questions about the species or anything while you're
Yes.
writing in, I'd be more than happy to help you.
Probably during some things tomorrow during class when my students are working the first little 15, 20 minutes of class, I'm going to start doing some things going like, okay, jot ideas down.
So I have a question.
Sven has a question. Sven never has a question.
Not pertaining towards the celestial guardian dragon. It's like a tongue twister for me. I'm so sorry. But since you are a fursuit maker, I have to ask, because every time I see a fursuit maker go up, like for commissions, no matter how much experience they have or how little experience they have, it seems like they always run their prices, the same. Like, a head $800 to $1,000. Full suits $800 to $1,000. Just for the body. But you're very reasonable as far as your prices, and I was wondering why.
Well, for the exact kind of reason that you were stating in your question, my prices are very reasonable because I myself originally was that one person that wanted to buy a suit. And hey, you know what? I'm not going to critique artists here. Your price is your price. You do you, I do me. That's just, my ideology. But, I know based on your experience and everything, maybe the prices might be a little higher or lower. And, I really don't want any of this to come off as I'm critiquing any artists because they all do beautiful work. But I have my prices a little lower because I want, basically, I don't make as much money as you would think off of fursuits. I do that off of my real job. I make fursuits so reasonably priced because I know how happy it is for someone to open a fursuit, for someone to receive a fursuit, for someone to be expressive. And I want more people in this fandom to enjoy having a fursuit with something that they can pay for that's reasonable. I don't do this for the money. I do it so that people can enjoy and be happy in this fandom. And, you don't have to be happy to have a fursuit, but I want people to have that experience. So I have them reasonable, not too low, not too high, but just that right amount to cover most of the, all the materials and have a little bit extra for myself. Just basically, so the end result in the day is not, oh, well, I made a bunch of money, but it's more of, hey, you know what? Here's a cool suit you got. I'm happy. That's the best payment that I could ever ask for. And basically, the truth in the matter is my prices are always going to stay the same. And I'm not quite at, the level of, Made for You or Sky Pro for suits or anything like that. I'm still learning. I still got a little quirks I got to work out. But basically, all in all, with me talking your ear off here,
No, it's fine.
I make the suits reasonably priced for the sole purpose of making people happy for a reasonable suit. That's why they're like that.
And, when going off of what you said, you like to see people happy and, because of how much joy they get getting, the suit. That's kind of the reason why, though, I've been in the fandom for over a decade now. And every time me and Rocky talked about one, she's like, you get yours first. You've been in it longer. I couldn't help but think of what kind of reaction I'd get at Roxy once she opens the box to a partial or just a head or even a full suit. And so when I saw your prices, when I saw you come up and your prices were so low, I'm like, well, I would love to commission it because I can't afford that because I don't make god awful amounts of money. I work for $10 an hour, working 12 hours a day for 4 to 3 days a week. So I don't make, an astounding amount of money because I have bills and I'm a normal person. I have bills, I have expenses, and, and the reason I haven't gotten a suit is because they are so expensive. And, like I said, I've been in it for 10 years. Have had plenty of time to save up for a suit, and I've made payments to get a suit. However, the artist has not gotten to it yet, so I don't know what that's going to happen with that. Not going to, bash anyone here because I'm still, kind of hoping that they get to it, and I'm, it takes a while because it took me a while to even pay up, how much I've paid so far on mine, and, but seeing your suits being reasonably priced, I'm extremely happy to see that because you don't see many people who can afford suits, and they want suits, and it's a way for them to express who they are, because a lot of furries I've met are kind of to themselves and very shy because they can't express themselves outside of like a computer, from behind a computer screen. They can when they get on Facebook, they can, be themselves. When they, go into these meetups, they can somewhat be themselves, but I don't feel like they have that outlet except unless they have a suit. So.
Right, exactly. And I just want people to understand with my prices, like, it's not for anything bad, like, obviously because of what I said, but like, I really want them to know that I do it for the joy, but I also do it because normal people like you, paying bills, paying rent, having food on the table, paying for doctors and emergencies is way more important than paying for a suit. And when you pay for a suit, I give you a reasonable price that you would pay for the materials for the suit, because the real stuff, that's pretty important. So an average Joe or a normal cool person like yourself, I give reasonable prices for, so that you can take care of everything. In the meantime, be excited for a fursuit, and the reaction is absolutely priceless when I see people get them.
We're gonna have to film me.
Oh, definitely doing an unboxing.
Oh Lord, I will admit that just that giving me a tail, I flipped out.
Oh, she cried.
I bawled. So I can only imagine that day when I open a box and I'm like unboxing. I'm gonna like, oh my god!
She's gonna want me to turn up the camera because she's ugly crying.
I will legitimately probably be ugly crying, going, ah! And poor Spud's gonna go, sweetie, this is not like our engagement video.
Oh my god, my engagement video.
That'll be me. I will be literally, that'll be me, the ugly cry. Ugly cry.
I'm an ugly crier. I'll have you know that with all my suits, though, there's always a mystery surprise inside all of my suits that none of the customers know about. It's either a plushie, a badge, or whatever, but it's a mystery prize. So there's always something to do.
Oh, wow. I'm excited now.
Ooh.
You should be.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
But does anybody else have questions? Gray, do you have questions?
I'm actually good because I don't know what to ask, actually.
I swear to God, Gray, I'm going to buy you a chibi head or something, or a head for you so you can be Chibi
Yes,
Gray.
we're gonna get a chibi.
I swear.
Chibi Gray. Chibi Gray.
I will fund that project.
I
If
will
I
fund
have
that
to.
project.
Why are we not funding this?
Why are we not funding this?
We're working on it. Gray, be ready. Just be
I
ready.
don't care if you never wear it. I just want to see it. I just want to see it done.
Gray, you can hang it on your wall. You can hang it on the wall with the rest of your wolves.
Oh, you put it on a wood plaque.
I would actually have to hide that out of sight of general purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm in your office.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Mount on your wall with a plaque and everything, and it it's like you hunted it down.
No, we don't need to do that.
I would definitely use that for conventions and also Tail of the Dragon next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
There
was
we
fun.
go.
I want to do that again.
Yes. Oh, that was a blast.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But Sven, I think it's time for a brief break.
Who are you to run this show? I'm the one that runs this damn thing. Yeah, of course.
We equally run it, damn it.
I know, but she's telling me what to do. You're not my mama.
Sometimes I am.
Oh,
Damn it.
Hold her, mommy.
I'm going to second. Let's go take a break.
Yeah, I was just joking. Of
We'll
course
be
I'm gonna
right
break.
back.
And we're
But,
going to have
That's good.
great stuff up next.
Yes, we do have
Yeah.
great stuff up next.
And continuing with our lovely guest of honor.
Oh, of course.
Aw.
Well, yes.
And I hope you guys are enjoying the music. I picked up something different for just kind of change it up how we go. But there, I didn't plan for a theme, but Roxy wants it to be a theme contest, so try to guess the theme
Not necessarily.
because Roxy said it. I picked the music. She made the theme. But again, if you guys want to join us, talk to us live, you can go through the Facebook live stream. It's posted on the Two Vixens and a Wolf show page, and there's also a Discord link in that video and all the ads for it. So you can join our brand new Discord server, and you can talk to us live. Might be able to get you on air. Yeah. Well, we have next we have Gray stuff, and continuing with Miss Kleo, the medical Derg. So stay tuned. Or else. Oh, I gotta turn this down. I can't listen to myself.
I can never listen to myself.
Hey,
I know.
so
He's like, is the theme Halloween?
Who said the theme's Halloween?
her boyfriend.
Oh, boyfriend. Boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Oh, my favorite song has come up next. It's from the I think the last episode of Lucifer on season 3.
Yes, it was. Real quickly, I've got some ideas to present to you, Gray. I don't think I know you you're kind of like us. We're all nerds.
Oh yeah.
Nerds.
Shut up. But I didn't know if you'd seen Ready Player One yet.
I have not known.
Really
Oh
Have
my
you
god.
seen any interest in it? Do you seem interested in it?
I have so much interest in it.
You're not
Gray?
Gray.
Me too.
Really, you too?
Mhm.
Okay, well, why don't we make that the movie?
Well, both Sammy and myself has interest in it.
Well, we can rent it.
We can-
I want to watch it again. I'll put it on Rabbit. I'll
Okay.
buy it.
Because it was either that or I was looking at Dark Tower.
Nah.
Sam, you get the butter. I'll make the popcorn.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
I'll bring the soda.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Huzzah!
Make a party out of this.
Yes, we'll all watch Player One. That's what we should do. Let me see how much it is on Amazon, because I will purchase it so we can watch it this weekend.
Well, remember this weekend I'm going to be gone for a football game.
Oh,
but
right.
Sunday
It's my Mustang weekend.
And
Yay!
Sunday. Now, Gray, are you free Sunday?
Which Sunday we talking about?
This coming
Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Or are you doing
Oh no.
D&D?
D&D's not this upcoming weekend.
Oh, okay.
It's every other weekend.
It's
Okay, so we can watch it Sunday actually if we wanted to.
It's $6 to rent. So if anybody wants to, help chip in,
I'll chip in.
We'll chip in. We'll
I'll tip.
Okay.
cool.
We
Well,
can all
we'll
sit
see
down
who's
and
bought
watch
our
it.
movie ticket right
So
there.
we can do Sunday, say Monday around, because I'm going to be driving back from Western
And
because there's a football
those
game.
listening on our Facebook channel, we'll put the link to our Rabbit room so you can watch it with us.
Yes, this is
We'll advertise it because it is the Rabbit room.
We are renting the movie, so we will be quote unquote
Playing it.
borrowing. They are leasing the rights to us as we are renting.
They understand what renting means.
I'm just clarifying.
I don't care.
Bitch.
We're going to rent it on Amazon, and we're going to play it on Rabbit. So those who are listening on our Facebook live stream, we will post the link on our Facebook page sometime this weekend so you can watch it with us and talk to us. Do not get on voice and talk over the movie, though. I will take you out of that room faster than you can say yeet.
They will.
What's a yeet?
Apparently, I've just learned the definition. It's basically when you it's like what is it called? An onomatopoeia, like taking something away.
I call that slag speak.
I don't like it either, but it's popular with the kids.
Sleek, RN, RT, AF. That's all slag.
I know.
Unless you are designating something that is a professional angle to a professional field, and it's a title on the end of somebody's name.
Excuse me, I'm getting into professional yeetery.
That's different.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeetery.
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 You know what makes me
Wow.
mad?
One little piece of trivia: the past tense form of yeet is yote.
Yeet and yote.
Yote?
Huh?
Yep.
Oh dear.
I am the yote that did the yote.
You mean
Oh my
yeeted?
God.
No,
A human
it's
can
yote.
yeet over 20,000 times.
That's one way
I
of
don't
being
know.
in yeet.
I'm sorry.
Yay, we can
there must be
totally.
something must be wrong with the app or something.
No, if you read our conference, you'll know.
What happened? Oh,
Just read the conference channel.
conference.
Don't say anything. Close hold.
And scroll up a bit.
Hold
Oh
on.
my gosh, someone just got teary-eyed over me.
Oh,
I get teary-eyed over you. You're so precious.
Which, by the way, Eric
really?
Starpaw, I saw your comment. Yeah, totally send me a PM tomorrow, say about afternoonish, because I do work in the mornings as a teacher. Yay, me. I will totally take a look at one of your fan fictions and give you some feedback and critique.
Who was asking about that?
Eric Starpaw?
Eric Starpaw?
Yes, he's
The
on
one-
our
Oh, okay.
Facebook Live. He asked if I wouldn't mind taking a look at one of his fan fictions.
Oh, there you go.
I totally don't mind.
I see what happened. I figured that was the case because I saw them out of outside. I'm not on air. They're not listening to this. They don't
Still
know about
Facebook Live.
But I saw someone outside of our studio, and then they went away.
I will say I am
don't
glad
know
that
why
Storm
they
is
made
back.
an appearance, but
Storm evidently got
yeah.
power back.
Yay.
Yay!
But he did say he wasn't in he was in Pittsburgh for a conference, so he missed a lot of Florence, so he was able to get in.
all right, we're back in. Oh, now sorry,
Oh wow.
I didn't put an ad after that. I usually do.
Go.
And we're back with the Two Vixens and a Wolf show.
Yeah, yeah.
We were just discussing things, and one of our guests that normally join us has finally joined us. We thought they had
Lost power.
experienced Florence by losing power, but apparently they were away on business. Maybe we're gonna call it business. I'm not sure what it was, but welcome back, Storm Metal. Why do I call him Silver Fang?
I don't know. Well, I know our friend Robert, Robert Edwards, he has power. Evidently, he didn't have power either.
I've got the power.
Wow!
So anyway, so they've missed like half of the music, so they won't be able to guess the theme, or they may. I don't know.
Maybe. But
Oh.
we do have a good...
Oh, I know.
We still have our lovely, lovely guest of honor, Miss Kleo, the medical Derg, celestial angel dragon, joining us.
Hi
Celestial
there.
guardian dragon.
Oh, you messed up, girl.
What?
You said celestial. You said celestial angel dragon.
I am sorry! I am sorry! I'm sorry! Yeet! Yeet! Celestial dragon! Just celestial dragon. Yeet!
Oh my gosh. Sorry, my phone's vibrating so much. No. It's okay. I'm not offended. It's all right.
I'm
That's okay.
sorry.
I am pretty laid back myself, so
Sugar! And not used to late nights anymore.
I think a lot of people get offended way too easily. So I'm glad someone else is laid back. I'm laid back a lot,
Depending on your day.
Oh no, I don't get offended by silly stuff. Now, if you send me an unsolicited dick pic, then I'm a little offended.
Right.
I think that's anybody.
No, Roxy, it's okay. People usually, like, I am so used to people like, oh my god, it's an angel dragon. And it's not like I'm going to turn around and be like, no.
No.
Oh, the demon voice, the demon voice.
My species.
No, it's all good. No worries.
Yeah.
Svet, evidently, according to Eric in our Discord, we don't have video going anymore.
Do we
on
not?
Facebook.
Uh-oh.
double check
What I
that.
do? What I do?
My video's working just fine on the Facebook stream.
Yeah, let's say it's still up.
So I don't know.
I didn't. No, that's your own problem. Sorry.
But no, let's turn this over to Gray for his lovely segment, the Gray stuff. What you got for us tonight, dear?
We got some gray stuff here.
Oh God. Make Second Life gray again.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Well, I'm spinning off from the last episode of where I was mentioning software and some other stuff with what I've actually used during the hurricane that came and visited and dumped a lot of rain and high winds and such on us. A lot of people throughout the past few days has been asking me what app I've been using. Now, before I do mention the app in its entirety, I must mention this disclaimer, as I always do when I talk about items.
Oh my goodness.
The disclaimer is basically, this is my opinion only, and does not reflect the viewpoints of Tuva nor AFR, all for radio and members and staff and other listeners. This is all based on my personal opinion, my personal experience, and yeah. So, disclaimer aside, it's already been taken care of. Thank goodness. For a lot of people have been asking me about where I've been getting the screen grabs from. Well, I've been using two different mobile devices, my Note 3, and I have a Samsung Galaxy 10 tablet. On both devices, I've been using a form of My Radar Pro. You can actually just get My Radar just to get an idea of what kind of weather you got for your area and how everything's looking around surrounding you. But what I've been using is My Radar Professional with the Hurricane plugin activated.
Yes, that was a great upgrade of $3.
Oh yes, it's definitely a good upgrade to use in for areas that you're prone to use the plugins whatever you need, such as the hurricanes and the winter storms. I think the winter storms is actually now part of the core pack.
Ooh.
Don't quote me on that one. You just check out the app, the application itself.
And they do have aviation layers.
Yes, I was about to get to that there.
Sorry.
You're good.
I'm an aviation nut, so I had to say it.
Yeah, for all the aviators out there, it does have the ability of pulling weather information for those dealing with the aviation community. But keep in mind, I don't think this is actually considered an official weather source to work with. And I believe you need to have the required, I might be mispronouncing this because I'm not familiar with the aviation service, but I do know enough that you have to be aware of your NOTAMs.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is more
It's basically something called Notice to Airman Statements or something like that.
I actually get them on my emails because when I was in aviation school, I signed up for it. And I get those like official reports, like winds, weather, airport closures in my area, yada yada yada. But it's not. It may not be approved for official flight use. However, if you're an amateur pilot, being you're on a sport pilot's license, you don't have to completely. You still the FAA rules still apply to you. However, it's not a sport plane, such as like your 2-seaters and your kit builds, don't always have navigation, or there's some on the cheaper planes that are made for people who have a sport pilot's license. The sport pilot license is a license that limits you to an aircraft under so much displacement, so much horsepower, so much seating, and it's about half the cost and half the time to get for those who are interested in aviation. But I've seen a lot of the sport planes, and I'm not saying that these are stunt planes, mind you, but the sport pilots planes, they don't have like a nav screen. They actually have spots where you can take like an iPad or just a tablet and put up some map services. So you can, I'm pretty sure My Radar Pro, you could use that if you're in that kind of thing, or if you're in experimental planes as well, because they don't follow all the rules either. Like they don't have locator beacons and all that other fun stuff. So it's useful.
Tell us more about this lovely app, Gray.
Yes, please do.
Well, it's actually helpful for when I was reporting I'd say every 5 to 6 hour reports to the our not Facebook page, our Twitter page. Wow, I have an ESL modem trying to connect on my end, but what I've been featuring on some of the posts is the hurricane track, the timestamps of where it should be heading and what kind of strength it is, the airflow of the surrounding area around the hurricane itself, and I've actually had no takers on anyone wanting a closer look of their location, so I can give them a snapshot of what kind of impact they're expecting. Had no takers on that one. Not worried about it. But on Twitter itself, I actually do have some pictures still on my page, but I do have All for Radio tagged, Tuva, and also Leah's channel, Leah's Twitter page, and she's over at Listens Leah. Yeah, I believe that name was flipped around because the original concept was actually taken, if I heard correctly. But I've actually had a lot of good direct messages from some people saying, thank you for the information, love the readout you got. Had a few people asking me what app it is, where can I get it, and such. But you got to keep in mind that there's more than desktop mobile apps that's out there. If you are on a desktop machine and you are near the area, but yet you're not, but you want to make sure you're aware of what the hell's going on, there's two things you can do. One, you can actually go to the NOAA website via weather.gov, or if you want to go directly to the Hurricane Center, the National Hurricane Center, you can go to nhc.noaa.gov, and it'll give you a readout and snapshot of the current hurricane activity on not only the Atlantic Ocean, but you can also get the information for the Pacific Ocean as well.
Oh.
That's all web-based, free service. It's public access. Don't worry about that. Another one is a special piece of software that uses the data garnished from NOAA and puts it into a specific format that you want to put together yourself. And I believe it's called Storm Predator, I think.
Yeah, I know it. I know that one because my brother, when he was studying meteorology,
That is a
that
very
one.
effective program. And also the emergency weather services that operate the amateur radio, such as Aries and Skywarn, they also utilize that program too.
Gray, just to interrupt you just a quick second, I did do a little bit more research on a website called flyingmag.com, which is a reputable aviation magazine. They do recommend my Radar Pro for as an aviation app.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
So apparently it is approved. Like I said, the newer planes are starting to go away from the built-in navigation and allowing people to have iPads, because I believe the FAA has cleared iPads and other tablets for flying. Do not take my word as gospel, but I have seen personally tablets and iPads being used. But yes, they do recommend My Radar Pro. So it seems like they say it's a note. What's under their 8 offbeat aviation apps article under avionics. So it seems like there are some amateur pilots or even professional pilots that may be using that like on their private flight journeys. So fun fact.
Yeah, that's really cool. But yes, make sure you double check that it's a official piece of software for use for aviation use. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mind just went into a corner for some apparent reason.
Yeah, they said
Anywho,
it. Go ahead.
The program's been helpful for a lot of people. Got some people hooked up into it, and
even me.
Yep, even you, and another individual by the name of Pocket.
I love Pocket.
Yay, Pocket, our buddy. Whoop whoop, which I heard he's back home.
Safely.
He's back home.
But with regards to the storm itself, right now a lot of people are going through what's known as the backflow of rain that's coming off the storm. During any form of inbound hurricane, a lot of the water actually gets pushed inland, and also the hurricane actually picks up water from the ocean itself and throws it northbound of the eye. And when that happens, you get inland flooding to where it actually starts running downwards and causing flooding problems, as we see in a lot of areas. If you were to look at the warning and watch and emergency evac map, most of the state is actually marked out. So basically, it's rather messy. Right now, last I know, it's a tropical depression.
It is.
And the water's now running back to the ocean, wherever it can go, but it's going to cause some flooding problems for a lot of people. In my situation, I can't get to work tomorrow, which is actually, in a way, a good thing, but also a bad thing because I cannot do anything south of me, so I just have to stay here for now until the water subsides.
I was just checking the My Radar app. It looks like it's actually the storm has completely just fell apart, and is now going over like south New York, midway a little bit through Pennsylvania, right near where Miss Kleo is. She's getting a little bit, because I see a little bit over like near Allentown. So
yeah,
which is near Marcus, near Boss Cat.
Yeah, some moderate rain. So
yeah, there's going to be some moderate rain, some storms here and there, but in all reality, for those who are not subjected to the area of these warnings that we've been getting the past few days, if you get any warning or such as a notification that you must evacuate, don't take it lightly. Grab what you can, get out. No questions asked. Because
there has been 19 deaths in North Carolina from it.
That is correct. 19 deaths.
And another thing,
and it's growing. They said the numbers aren't done yet.
Now, let me just inform people that they say to grab the important things. That includes your pets.
Yeah.
There was
and your children.
Well, no. Let me. I'm making a point here because there was a news story of I guess a family or just a person, someone, an owner of 6 dogs evacuated and left their 6 dogs in this big building kennel thing, and the water was up to their stomachs and was expected to get to about 26 feet deep.
Good Lord.
So these dogs would have drowned in their kennels, and they didn't think that the dogs were important enough to take with them.
That's horrible.
And being in North Carolina, I think even through the U.S. itself, that is considered animal abuse, and that's a felony now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they know where they live and they know who they are, and they will be charged with a felony, 6 counts of it, because it was 6 dogs that were locked up.
I know that a lot of shelters right now throughout North Carolina, they keep doing like animal shelters around here. They're taking any refugee animals. Like if you can't, like, hey, we understand that if you're going to a shelter, you can't bring your dog with you or your cat or whatever pet. They're willing to house people's actual pets, kind of do boarding for them until they're able to return.
There is dog boarding services. I worked for one. One I was working for was called Rough Housing. There's also a place in Greensboro called Lucky's. And there's several other dog boarding places that you may not know about, but if you have to leave your pets, at least take them somewhere safe if you're unable to transport them to your evacuation area.
Yeah. The main thing is, and I mean, they're still saying this constantly with the flooding, like Gray, you said that you've got some places out there that they've crested, and some of them haven't even crested yet.
I'm at a river that has not crested yet. It's supposed to be cresting sometime either tonight or early tomorrow morning.
Really?
If
that's surprising, because I'd figured it would crest while the rainstorm was going on, but
it's because everything's coming downstream.
Oh,
yep,
that may be happening
here.
The
sad part is, in order for me to actually get to work, I have to drive 100 miles one way. I've actually did the math on this one, and it's like, no. Yeah, and the funny part is, my boss is like, so who's going to be at work tomorrow? I was like, dude, you're on the same side of the damn river as I am. You ain't showing your ass up either.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, and I know that around where we are, there's a lot of places that haven't crested yet, or they're cresting tonight as well. And it's kind of scary because a couple of these places I know where they are, and I'm like, oh no. I have students that are from that area, and I'm like, so of course, they've already told all of us teachers, please be accommodating. And I'm like, well, if I was in that if it was me in that position, I would have been like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Eric Starpaw actually commented on the keeping your animals safe. Apparently, pig farms left their livestock as well. Even if you're breeding animals for food, I mean, drowning is a horrible way to go. And I'm pretty sure if you don't want to go through that, they don't want to go through that either. So keep in mind,
waterlogged bacon either.
right? Well, soggy bacon is terrible. So that was mean. But anyway, yeah, it's just sad that people think that because like animals to us are family members, and some people don't seem to feel the same way. So I'm very passionate on this because I've heard people who just like abandon animals because they're selfish. So anyway,
It is
sad.
It is sad. But Gray, I do love that app because I've used that app before on my old phone. I don't have it on my current phone. Sadly, that was one of the apps I lost because it did cost me, and I'm like, I can't do that. But Svet did get the upgrade.
Actually, here's the fun part for you. Are you using the same email address on your phone as your old one?
I don't
Should
think
be. It's the same Google account.
I think so. I'll have to double
Well,
look.
then-
I'll have to double check.
If it is, you still have the application on your library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
then I'll
just
just
re-download
You
it.
have
re-download
the
it again.
license. You still have the license for it.
I've mainly just been kind of doing AccuWeather and had like all the weather channel, all the channels that were broadcasting kind of up, and then had my
Now,
comms up
here's a
going,
question
talking to
for
other
you
people
guys.
going.
Here's a question for you guys. Have you guys watched the Weather Channel on TV the past few days?
No.
I've only watched it a little bit lately, not a ton.
Well, here's
little
here's a funny thing, and this is like a big slap in the face with one of the cable channels. I'm not going to mention the company itself, but I don't think any of the people that are actually out in the field in the storms are actually weather personnel. They're just basically actors. Like, for
Right.
example, there's a video floating around about a particular weather personality, quotes, and they were acting as if they were trying to fend against 70-mile-an-hour winds, and they're just staggering around going, oh, it's high winds out here, it's high winds out here. And in the background, there's these two guys in freaking T-shirts and shorts carrying fishing poles down the street behind this guy, and they're not being affected by any of the wind.
I
They're
saw
standing
it.
wide out in the open.
Ain't that always the
I'm going,
case,
"Holy
though?
hell." Exactly.
It's
And
go ahead.
somebody actually took the time and do a collage of this noise and showing camera personnel standing on dry land and people wearing waders standing in deep puddles.
Oh, Mr. AC.
Yeah. No. Don't.
I'm not saying who it is.
Yeah,
the
I
thing
saw that on the news. I was like, wow.
I'm sitting here going, if they're going to pull this sort of stunt on people, come on, be real. There are some areas that are not hit as hard. There are some areas that actually are hit as hard.
I will say
Everyone in the
that
general public knows this, but don't make a freaking fear factory about every freaking thing.
It's
I'm sorry.
ratings.
This is not Hurricane Katrina.
Oh,
You gotta keep that in mind.
Let me tell you, I went through Hurricane Katrina, but it was a lot lighter then. But still, like growing up in Florida, that's all you saw, like on the news. Like, don't go out there. And me as a kid, like, doesn't look that bad.
Well, I will say that a couple of my colleagues from my undergraduate, they work for a Western North Carolina news station, and they were sent out there to monitor it because it was kind of coming this way originally. It was going to hit Western North Carolina before it decided to dissipate. But they went out there, and we were worried about them. And I mean, like, they're standing in downtown Wilmington. It's flooded. They were actually in Wilmington. And I mean, God bless them. Like, you could barely hear him because of the wind. And the main thing he was trying to do was hold his hood up.
Yeah.
He was holding his hood up, kind of like it was weird. He had the mic in front of him and his hand on top of his hood, on top of his head, and you could just see like it blowing up like a balloon. And we're just sitting, like a bunch of us are going, "We're hoping you're okay, Brandon. Please don't blow away. We want to see you at alumni weekend."
Hey, Roxy,
Yes.
Storm actually brought up a interesting detail. He says, and I quote, "We call that the Milli Vanilli effect," end quote.
Yeah. Which, I mean, he, like, the guy that was his camera guy, they worked together. They both also went to the same school I did. And we were just worried about them because they were actually down in the rough part. They went between, if anybody's been paying attention to the news, they went to New Bern, which they went to New Bern first before it got really bad.
Not gonna lie, was kind of like internally cheering slightly about the New Bern thing.
Well, yeah, I know.
Too bad she wasn't there to enjoy it.
Well, I was worried about my colleagues because, like, I knew these guys. I'm like, oh, God, please be safe. And then we saw them go south, and we're like, well, maybe they'll be okay. And then, of course, on Friday and Saturday, they're down there. But they kept making their way south. So as they kept going further south, they kept getting into better conditions.
Right.
And we did hear a bunch of the group of us from the alumni group were talking today, and they said they did get back here safely. They had to take a different way, of course, because some of the highways are closed in certain areas. But they were able to get home, and they've got the next couple days off.
Lucky them.
Well, because they were gone on, and they were up, like they actually had to barricade themselves while they were in Wilmington.
God, you guys are weak.
Well, no, the reason he was barricading because it started flooding and they didn't want their equipment to get messed up.
Yeah, well, flooding's not...
Because that camera is like couple $1,000.
Oh, yeah, flooding's a serious thing. But, not gonna lie, I was somewhat excited to see what was gonna happen with a Cat 4 coming in. But, again, I grew up in Florida, so this is like... When they say hurricanes hitting North Carolina, everybody's like, "Oh God, a hurricane!" I'm like, "Me, bring it on."
Yeah,
Right.
I want to see it.
Here's also a funny fact for you too. It turns out this particular event, the so-called Storm of the Century, has gained international attention from other media outlets as well. So there were other news services from overseas here in North Carolina. Covering this sort of deal. I'm sitting going, really? You guys look real
all it did was land at a Cat 3. Actually, a Cat 2. It officially landed.
Well, I mean, the last...
Cat 2, then it sneezed into a Cat 1.
The last time we really saw anything bad, like in the New Bern area and down towards Lumberton, was
last week. It's Lumberton and New Bern, the highest crime rate areas.
No, I'm just saying... Last time we saw anything this significant storm-wise was Hurricane Matthew, and then, of course, Myrtle Beach, that kind of coastal area. Last time we saw anything like that, and also here in the Piedmont, was almost 30 years ago with Hurricane Hugo. So a lot of, well, I mean, God bless the school I teach at tomorrow. This is a tree that's been there for hundreds and hundreds of years, actually was uprooted.
Well...
Holy.
Well,
yeah,
let me
they said it went down last night, and I'm like, oh, that's my sitting tree.
Let me tell you, I was shocked at first because, again, this was kind of a piss-poor excuse for a hurricane. In my opinion, again, Florida Fox.
Yeah, very much Florida Fox.
But the tree being very old, I don't think it was hundreds and hundreds of years old, but it was a fairly substantial tree. So being so old, lots of limbs. And this wasn't one of those deep root trees. It was a shallow root. So when you get all that rain, softens up the ground, and then a little bit of wind just pushes it down.
Thing is, I've seen this thing move in 20 to 30 mile per hour winds without any rain, and nothing happens
the deadly
to
combination is rain and wind. It'll take any tree down.
Yeah.
Although I was shocked Sunday because when I was going to work, the wind was going. All of a sudden I hear crack. Thud. And I'm like, oh, something broke. So.
And yeah, that was why I kind of stayed inside. I didn't go anywhere for the weekend. I was mainly keeping an eye on the weather reports. I was talking to you, Kleo. I was talking to Gray. I was trying to make sure Gray was okay because not disclosing where Gray is, but Gray was in the path of this hurricane, and we were all like, everybody in our family's like, is Gray okay? Is Gray okay? Yes, we've talked to him. He's fine.
As you can tell now,
I'm
this
so
is
glad you
this is
guys
not a
are
recording.
okay.
Oh yeah,
Um,
little hurricanes. Yeah, they'll hit, but we're okay.
you know, it was a piss poor excuse for a hurricane when people start making laughable memes like this one,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
my
Yeah,
favorite.
that's horrible.
This made me
No.
this made me laugh out loud in the bathroom at work, and I usually try to keep quiet when I'm looking through Facebook, because my job is boring, so I take extended breaks there. But this one made me
I wonder
laugh
why.
ugly, like while someone was in the restroom, so it's even worse. But it says, if you name a hurricane after an old lady, of course she's going to go 2 miles an hour with her left blinker on.
Oh God.
Dear Lord in heaven,
So,
Yes.
only
I thought
you,
it was funny.
only you.
Well, there was
Only
another one. There was another one that was floating around that said, North Carolina has memed the hurricane so much the storm went south.
And then it went north.
Yep.
Slide to the south.
Well, I know Sam.
Slide to the north.
You said you're feeling some remnants of it because you guys are getting some rain, and I know up towards Cleo, you're getting, or you were getting something close to it.
Yeah, just a bunch of clouds and a bunch of rain, and then the winds are really weird, but not too bad.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty
blows.
much decided to disappear, and that's a good thing. It needs to go away.
Hmm.
All of it needs to go away.
But
Yeah.
when, going back to your discussion about the deception of big media,
Mhm.
that's why I don't listen to it anymore. I don't bring it up
Oh,
in this
wow.
in these conversations. I don't
Right.
because all right. So weather in general, it was really funny because a coworker and I were both out in the smoking area. I don't smoke, but I just go out there so I can get outside because I'm stuck in
Air
it for 12
break.
hours. Air breathers break. And I was kind of looking at the skies, and I'm like, huh, this is a hurricane? And he's like, yeah, I'm having some discrepancies myself about this. I said, yeah. I said, I have to look on my my radar app. And I'm like, okay, where's this? But if again, the people who make like the apps on your phone, trust those more than your big news things like CNN, Fox, the Weather Channel. Although the Weather Channel seems somewhat reliable, but they still want the ratings. So especially during hurricanes, I mean, it's their biggest thing.
The only one that I actually see is like trustworthy with Weather Channel is Jim Cantori, because he's been there forever.
Even so,
there's a
though.
running gag with him.
But I mean, I've seen this man like in person when he
He's
came.
short.
He's very short, but I mean, good Lord, he will stand there in the middle of a freaking, like, I wouldn't put it past him if he is like stood there, tornado about, I don't know, 100 feet away from him. He's like, oh look, it's a tornado.
Yeah. So
There's also a running gag that whenever he's at a location of a major weather event, everyone runs.
right, it's bad when.
And I feel sorry if you look at it correctly at this particular angle. I bet you he gets harassed every time he goes out on vacation. Let's say he goes to freaking Orlando
Cancun.
Studios in Florida, for example. He shows up, someone recognizes him. Oh shit, it's Jim Cantori.
Run!
Oh fuck, it's Jim Cantori, run!
Well, I know, like, back when Hurricane Sandy hit, that he actually, like, he stopped in the middle of his broadcast. Like, he's right in the middle of telling everybody what's going on. He stops what he's doing, goes over, helps this lady get out of the boat because they just rescued her, and she's just bawling. And he's like, do you need a hug? And she's like, I just lost everything. And he just hugs her.
Oh.
And, like, you can see this, like, not to kind of bring that up, but it's true to, like, actually see that he actually is a human being.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah. It's nice to see that, especially because a lot of other people, like, the reporters get harassed or whatnot, or there's like, oh, there's people behind me, and like an accident just happened. It's like, you're not going to go help. Anyway, on that note, I think we're going to take another break here
And then come to our last segment.
and get to the last segment, the good, the bad, and the furry,
Yee.
as we are almost halfway through with the final hour of our show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how time flies when we're having fun.
Oh, yes, it does. Especially when we have an amazing celestial dragon with us.
Yes. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yes, friend.
Yes, best friend.
there's still more coming up. The good, the bad, and the furry as we get to the end of our show. So
There you go.
stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh,
Hey, can
Leah.
you blink out Facebook for a second?
I can't.
Oh,
I'll
shoot.
end the. It'll end the stream.
Okay.
Oh, real quick, I wanted to let you guys know Leah said that there is remnants passing through where she is, but she said they're fine where they are.
Well, that's good. Thank you.
That's good.
What's your question, dear?
Oh, no. I was asking because sometimes I repeat my words. Did I mention where my group was on Facebook that people could find it?
No, but you can
No,
mention
you
that
have
as
not, actually.
soon as we get back.
Oh yeah, I was like, I've been through such like a long day. I'm like, did I say that or not? I don't want to say something again, but yeah, that's. Well, I'm glad someone is not as tired as I am.
Oh no, right now, like I'm wired, but I think that's also because this entire weekend I caught up on my sleep. I still woke up early today, like I should have for class,
Mm-hmm.
and I probably will do it again tomorrow. But then I actually turned my alarm off, checked everything to make sure that school was still not opening on time, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm cozy and warm, so
I know the feeling, and it's like the first couple days of the week, especially like Monday and Tuesday, it's like, oh my god, I'm done. I'm already done. Just let me go back to bed. And then Wednesday, you're like, it's okay. Thursday, you're like, oh my god, to get to Friday. Friday, you're like, well, obviously now it's the weekend, and heck with everything.
yep,
And
it
then
goes out
it's
the
over.
window. This is how we start our like. This is what gets me through the week. Like doing the show. This gets me through the rest of the week.
Oh, I'm. You know what? Talking to you guys really makes my day. Like
Aw.
honestly, you guys are
Aw.
awesome things. So
We just
I was looking forward to this all day and all week. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, let me tell you what. When it comes to weekends is another excuse for like 24 to 48 hours to ruin the life that you've worked so hard for in regards to relaxing and partying and everything like that.
Happy's back.
I've got to take a really
It's all
quick
good.
break of my own.
Go.
go to the
Go. You
Go
have
take a break.
2 minutes.
Funny time.
Yeah, I need to go bark myself. Be right back.
Yeah, I had to as well.
Go.
I made a cake earlier. I totally forgot about it. Dang.
Oh,
Oh, by the way, you're talking about you had to go tell people something. It's a good thing because we've been having a steady listener group on air, and it's been on and off with Facebook Live. So, yeah, nobody has tuned out, as far as we know.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I forgot to say, because I'm talking about the speeches, and I'm like, what if people want to join and they have no idea where to go? And I'm like, great, forgot to say it.
No, you're good. That's why we have so much time.
You had one job.
Right. No, you're.
Not you, me.
Oh, I know, but that's why we have you on here for as long as you want. So in case you miss anything, you can pipe up later as long as the show's not over. And any other stuff that you may have forgotten, you can post. We'll retweet it, or not retweet. Facebook. We'll share it on our page as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I worked really hard on like the lore and everything, but it's obviously way too long to explain on like a radio show and everything.
Right.
And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in my YouTube channel. I'll give a link to you to that, and I'm also gonna say the Facebook group, which I have. And like we actually have a Facebook group and a Discord group and everything like that. So I was like, I gotta make sure I have everything so if people want to join, they can see it and whatnot. And like anatomy, like I want to talk about that, but like it's again something that's not easily explained in 5 minutes.
mhm.
So
Back.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. We are back, actually, we're back on air. All right.
Awesome.
And we're back with the two Vixens and a Wolf show as we approach our last about 30 minutes. A little more than that, but
But we gotta wait on the Gray.
Gray
I'm back.
stepped away.
Yay!
He's back. Never mind, he's
I'm
back.
actually.
Yay! Perfect timing.
Oops.
So, anyway,
If anybody is looking on at our Rabbit Valley studio, we did have two of our actual other staffs with us.
we still have one at
Oh, they're
least.
still here.
Oh, no, they're
Oh,
here.
They're still here.
Okay, I couldn't see them. I think they might have walked
Dusty
around
is
the
Camera's
corner.
not shown right.
Dusty needs to put pants on, I think.
Aw, Dusty's free spirited. Let Dusty be free
Well,
spirited.
Dusty has stuff that can't be shown on Facebook Live.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So,
Sorry.
right.
Aw.
Right.
We love you,
Dusty.
Dusty. You're awesome.
Naughty.
But real quick, like bringing up Dusty. Dusty actually does DJing for our
Oh, yeah.
lovely, lovely show.
Yes, he has his own show, Dusty Records, on Thursdays.
Yes, and then we also have Leah.
Thursdays? Am I right? Or is it Tuesdays?
It is Thursdays.
It's Thursday
Okay.
because Tuesday's quiet day, right?
So,
Yeah, Tuesday's quiet day.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then we have
No,
Leah, Miss Lovely Leah.
Yes.
Oh no, things
Oh,
are
she's
crashing
still
on my
here.
computer. No.
Oh, no.
She actually has her,
And they
her
just went out for
session
me.
on Friday, so.
I'm having a lot of
fantastic.
problems tonight with like browsers and Alchemy. They don't like me.
Oh, dear.
Pick one.
Pick one.
Yeah,
That's so
we have
hard.
Dusty on Thursday, and
I don't
Leah
want to
on
pick
Friday.
just one. I want
Us
them
on
all.
Mondays and hopefully Wednesdays if our show gets recorded on Monday. And our
Mhm.
boss remembers to air it on Wednesday from 6 to 9.
We give
He
him
also has
some
to worry
slack.
about RL too, so
He has a business.
Oh, no,
Right,
I'm
he's
not,
a
I'm not
dad.
blaming him. I'm just saying what we're trying to do is we haven't come up with not an official, but an efficient way of recording the show on a schedule and posting it up
Mhm.
on said schedule.
Yeah.
We're still working on that, and we're still trying to get our boss has to edit it so that we can post these shows late on a later date on like YouTube, because
Mhm.
if we play like, for instance, Panic at the Disco on our breaks, we don't have the rights to broadcast that because YouTube can become a lucrative business, and if you're making money off of something you don't own, bad stuff happens, and so we want to keep our show.
Mhm.
Going back to
My
uh,
Discord cut
Dusty
out too.
Records, I actually wanted to bring this up at the beginning of the show, but last Thursday I did officially become the co-host of Dusty Records.
Traitor.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
I actually did listen to it a little bit. I was a little busy, but I tried to listen in on it, and I liked it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I sadly
Dusty and
was
I
doing
got
school
along
stuff.
very wonderfully.
I feel like Dusty opened up a little more than I normally hear him open up. So
Well, technically,
I was
Dusty and
kidnapped
Sammy
and brought
both
on the
open up at
show.
the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smart ass.
new little adventure.
See?
I'm
Yeah.
double dipping for AFR.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. If I had a finite schedule, I mean I do, but it alternates every week. If I had like Monday through Friday, or if I had Tuesdays off or something, I would take a Tuesday slot and do something. But I
Mhm.
can't. So,
Aw.
and Roxy has a different schedule every semester. So
Yeah.
I used to broadcast on Saturday, but due to lack of demand, I had to pull it. So
no, I liked it
Sorry.
though.
I liked it.
yeah, it was good for the couple or so who are listening in. But as soon as things have actually panned out and things are looking a lot better in the future, I'll consider coming back on and push more tunes over the air.
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
I could say it's the Grey Nation still floating around.
But
Oh, yeah.
But it is.
no. Before we get into my thing,
Yay.
Cleo had something to say.
Yeah. Cleo.
We don't want her to forget.
Yes, really, really quick. Thank you. I just have a quick note for the listeners here. If there's anybody who was really moved or really liked the species that I am and that I made, I just wanted to let you guys know that we do have groups and communities that you can join. You don't have to be one of our dragons to join them. You can be yourself. It's basically just a fun, safe place to be, and if you make a dragon, awesome. I wanted to let you guys know that the Facebook page for our group is the Celestial Guardian Dragon Community. If you search that up, it is a logo with a white dragon on it for Facebook. For Discord here, let me get this pulled up. The name is the official Celestial Guardian Dragon Community. I'm pretty new to Discord, so hopefully if you just message me, I can probably give you the link later. And side note, anyone who is trying to message me right now, I am terribly sorry if I'm not responding right away. I'm I don't know. I'm listening to these guys' wonderful stories and everything, and I'll get to everybody's messages when I'm done. And I love you guys. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. So that's how you can find us. And also, if you'd like to see any of my YouTube videos, which I'm going to be doing one about the lore and the anatomy, and really go into high detail about it, which I can't really explain all of it right now, you can go ahead and check me out at Kleo the Medical Dragon. Let me see if this is the correct username so I don't lead you astray. Yes, it's Kleo the Medical Dragon. If you can't find the channel, just look up, let's see here, additional info on the CGD, or look up CGD lore, and it should have a picture of a white dragon, and that would be my channel. So go ahead and check that out if you guys want to. You don't have to, but if you guys are interested, I'll be posting more videos there. So yeah, just I figured I'd give you guys the way to get to the groups instead of, oh hey, I really like it, but I have nowhere to go. So yes,
Yay!
thank you for that.
There you go.
So,
Oh.
that being said, we have my segment, The Good, the Bad, and the Furry.
Woo.
Yes. So, again, those who have not listened before, shame on you. But pretty easy. It's 3 stories, 1 good, 1 bad, and 1 furry. Sometimes we don't always get furry stories, so we find little 4-legged friends. I am totally not prepared for anything, and I has music going on which shouldn't be going on. My stuff went somewhere. I have it.
Wah, wah.
There it is.
Oh.
So anyway,
It's okay.
again,
We
the good, the bad, and the
forgive
furry. Starting off with a good story from the Good News Network. A sweet senior has given away over 6,000 chocolate bars to strangers in a decade-long act of kindness. This 93-year-old man might be the new successor of Willy Wonka. Every
shit.
Saturday for the last 11 years, Bob Williams has gone to his local Dollar General store in Long Grove, Iowa, so he could take advantage of their special weekly sale. Since the store offers a $5 discount on any purchase of $25 or more, Williams always buys 3 Hershey chocolate bars, but he never buys them for himself. Instead, he gives 2 to the store employees and 1 to the person behind him in line. Over the course of the last decade, William has solidified his role as the local legend by giving away roughly 6,000 chocolate bars to strangers. He has been even nicknamed the Candy Man.
Aww.
When Hershey's heard about Williams' chocolate-driven campaign to make his neighbors happy, they promised to keep his fridge stocked with as many candy bars as he could give away. They also shot a promotional video for Williams' generosity in which they interviewed city residents. I don't think he realizes the effect he has on people, said one adoring town local of Williams. Another one remarked that he's teaching all of us how to pay it forward. The Candy Man, on the other hand, says he is just simply happy to make other people smile. You'd think that I'd given them keys to a new car, Williams told Inside Edition. They're thrilled. So, good for him.
Real life
That's
Willy
so
Wonka.
It is sweet.
Oh god.
And the video is on YouTube. Let me see if I can find out what the title is so you guys can look it up. It is called Hershey's Heartwarming the World, Bob.
Oh.
And it only has 6,511 views. So go look at it. It's
Please
a cute
share
video.
it in
I
our,
watched it.
please share that in our lovely chat so our viewers and listeners can
Yes,
see it.
I will share it in our Facebook chat right now. Where did it go?
You're horrible at this, aren't you?
No, my computer's being a jerk because it for some reason
It's being itself.
it is. So I will post that link in our live Facebook chat right now.
The only song I've got in my head now is the Candyman from Freaking.
I know. I was
Willy
gonna snip it and
Candyman can.
yeah,
Oh.
because he mixes with love and makes the world taste good.
Now I'm thinking of Gene Wilder. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, well, you can cry about this though.
Oh no.
In our bad story, other than Hurricane Florence coming through this past weekend in the Carolinas and having a few people, good amount of people pass away, trouble in Wyoming. A Wyoming hunting guide was fatally mauled by grizzly bears, according to Fox News. A Wyoming hunting guy was fatally mauled and his client was injured when a pair of grizzly bears attacked them Friday, officials said. Authorities later euthanized 2 grizzly bears, a mother and a cub, who wildlife managers believed killed guide Mark Uptain and wounded his client Corey Chuban near Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks border, according to USA Today. All above evidence indicates that these 2 bears were the bears involved in the Terrence Mountain attack. Wyoming Game and Fish Department spokesman Rebecca Fitzgerald said in a statement Sunday. Uptain and Chuban were attacked by bears as they field dressed the elk they had shot Thursday, but were only able to find Friday. Officials said that the bears aggressively charged the men and didn't touch the dead elk, Teton County's officials said. The deadly incident came weeks after a federal judge halted Wyoming state officials' plans to hold a grizzly hunt this month, according to USA Today. The hunt was put on hold until October 1st. I can only imagine how horrific this was. Cy Gilliland, a hunting guide and spokesperson for grizzly hunters in the area, told the newspaper, "You've got a bear population that's basically unhunted and is an apex predator and has no fear of humans." Uptain was a father of 5. Authorities said a GoFundMe page was launched to help his family. I have been best friends with Sarah, which is Upton's wife, since the 2nd grade. We have done a lot together. Raleigh Perry, a family friend, wrote this on the page. I know I can't take away the pain, but if we can help support Sarah to be able to focus on kids and not worry about finances.
That's hard.
It is, especially a father of 5.
Whew.
It's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking.
It is. And I mean, it is hunting season in different parts of the country and in different parts of the states. They do different ones. I know North Carolina, I think it is deer season that has started up.
I just can't. I can't go hunting. I enjoy shooting, target shooting, clay shooting, and plinking. But I cannot end an animal's life. I just can't do it.
I mean,
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I can't either.
I mean, I want to
can't
eat.
either. I can go fishing.
I with my car, start crying.
I know.
The best I can do is pretty much go fishing. That's about it. I go fishing.
But I'm a catch and release person. I don't even keep the damn fish.
Sorry, I do keep I keep the fish. I'm sorry. I like trout.
But to me,
like
fish is on a different
fish.
level. It's like that billboard meme you always see. It's like, and they show all these animals. Like, where do you draw the line? It's like, right here at chicken. So, but no, I can't even take down a deer. I just feel bad. But apparently, grizzly bears are a problem. But yeah, that's super unfortunate. It reminds me a little bit of The Grizzly Man, which I actually did watch that documentary. Interesting watch. If you guys have if anybody out there has the chance to watch it, Worth the watch, but spoiler alert, he dies at the end.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I've seen that documentary. It's a great documentary. It's beautiful. It shows the landscape.
There's a cute red fox in it for a couple of the days that he's there.
But it's just so.
But
Aw.
so on to our furry story, which comes out of Clemson, South Carolina, and was reported by Fox Carolina. The Clemson City Police Department is proud to announce the addition of a certified therapy dog to the department. Ozzy, a 1-year-old miniature Aussie Doodle, will be available to comfort the Victim Services Department. Ozzy and his handler Deborah Shockley have been training since October 2017 to prepare for certification. Ozzy recently passed extensive testing and observation to become a registered therapy dog through the Alliance of Therapy Dogs. After attending a conference on serving victims of mass violence and terrorism incidents, Shockley saw the benefits of bringing therapy dog to Clemson City PD and immediately began researching and training for the process. Ozzy will accompany Shockley to work most days at the police department and will be present at many of the department's community events. Ozzy made his first public appearance in Clemson on Wednesday, September 5th at Clemson's Picnic in the Park, where he was able to interact with residents. So that's our little furry story. I'm not even sure. I didn't even know an Aussie Doodle existed.
I didn't know what they were until you told me. I'm like, but the picture is so cute.
Oh yeah, let me
cute.
drag that picture over to the shared screen so
Oh my
people
God,
on our
it's
Facebook
adorable.
stream can see what this little guy looks like.
So cute.
The badge is almost as big as his head.
Oh,
It's so cute.
it's just so cute.
He looks so proud. But yeah, it's a cute little fun furry story.
Yes, very much so.
But yeah,
That's so adorable.
it is. So that's it for my little topic here of the good, the bad, and the furry. So, Roxy,
Yes.
what you doing over there? I hear typing.
Just making sure things are good going on because there's a lot of servers pinging right now.
Really?
Well, well, I know our AFR one has been pinging.
Oh, I have it muted.
Well,
Finally, I figured it out.
It's muted on my side, but the notifications are popping up. So I'm just being a responsible person and answering them real quick.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes, I'm being responsible.
Checking in with Boss Cat.
Yeah, Boss Cat's listening in. Hi, Boss Cat.
Hi, Boss Cat.
Boss Cat.
Boss Cat, we love him.
Oh,
I need to hang out with Boss Cat soon. I've neglected to do that because I've been so busy to not have all this free time. So
Very cool.
funny story. When we went to Philadelphia, we have never met Boss Cat up until then.
Yeah.
And I was just going off of pictures online,
Oh God.
and he's like, oh, and they're like, oh, I'm upstairs at registration. I'm like, fantastic. So I go up there and I see this guy who resembles him slightly, sitting at the sitting alone in a chair, like texting, and I'm like, it's got to be him. And Roxy, Sammy, and I are all surrounding this poor guy. And I go, Boss Cat, and he doesn't even look up. And I'm like, I'm looking at this guy. Yeah, Sammy struck a pose, like waiting for him to like look up, and then I'm like, I don't think this is Boss Cat. And then I hear Boss Cat like 5 feet away from me, and I turn around
Behind you.
and I'm like, no,
Oh my God.
it's like 3 o'clock position to my right, and I'm like, Boss Cat, and I quickly move away from this poor dude, and it's like,
oh my
and
God.
I'm waiting for him to stop talking, and I'm like, Boss Cat, and he's like, hey,
Yeah, I felt so bad for that
Oh,
poor
it
dude.
was
That poor dude.
so awkward.
That poor dude actually stayed there for about another 10 minutes staring at us, and he kept looking at me, and I looked at him like, sup.
What's up?
And he didn't say
Oh my
anything and
God.
literally got up, and he almost looked like he was trying to crawl and run at the same time because he looked scared of us.
Oh, it was so funny because he was so antisocial because I think our Marcus was on the phone with his wife. He's like, yeah, I got Sammy and I got Roxy and I got and Svet And this guy, hey, what's up, dude? And he like totally got snubbed by him.
And then he literally, that's when he snuck away because he's like, oh crap.
It's like they're trying to invite me to this crap.
When
But
did you guys go to registration? Because I had to go up there with a friend, and like I was in there fursuiting and like walking around. And
when
being
you
an idiot.
came up and hugged us.
That was actually the next time around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I know you guys were there when I met you, like near registration. But I'm like, when were you there?
But
He had stayed there that whole time, just waiting to be registered.
yeah, because we were trying to figure out how to get money because when we got up there, everyone was flat broke.
Not necessarily.
Oh,
no.
I still had money.
No, not enough.
I had budgeted.
So she didn't tell me. So anyway, we're all trying to figure out how to get registration. We were thinking about doing like the sneaky, like we'll buy one badge and we'll just swap it around and just flash it at the event people so we can go in. And that didn't work. We were like, no, it's not going to work. And I even looked at Marcus because Marcus always tells me not to wear stripper clothing on the show. And I looked at I looked up from my phone. I said, Marcus, I'm so sorry. It's like, for what? It's like, I didn't pack the stripper clothing. And he's like, the one time you listened to me.
The thing was, you technically had packed it. You just didn't wear it that day.
Well, it wasn't stripper clothing.
Yes, it is. It's a skanky little dress.
It was skanky when I woke
It's
up.
short on you.
It was pretty.
You forgot to bring the kettle drums with you.
Look, it was skanky at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
Story that we already got to.
Yeah, story we already covered. I'm not going to recover that one. And then after you left, Kleo, an angel from above came down and gave us $200 to go everybody register. So.
Oh my gosh.
They are blessing it.
We were saying like we're hungry, but we don't have enough money for pizza, and they're like, you don't have money for pizza? Here's $50. Buy pizza. And we just got like talking to them, and wonderful people. We're still talking to them, and we just praised their name throughout the whole convention. And even hung out with them.
That's so awesome.
Saturday
They miss
and Sunday.
us. They miss us.
I miss them too.
Oh.
They miss us. They're like, I want to come visit you guys. We're like,
But
sweetie, North Carolina, not safe right
it
now.
was so funny though when she offered the $200, and she's like, and we're like, no, we can't take it. It's like, it's here, come and take it. And like Sammy just got up and like whoosh and grabbed it. It's like,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Sammy was scared that it was going to
Sammy.
disappear.
Oh,
I
dear.
was.
Everybody's like, and Sammy like looks around like, what did I do wrong? And everybody else is like, why did you do that? I mean, yeah, they were serious about giving us the money, but it's like, you don't just like go up there. You gotta like regrettingly grab it out of their hand real slow like, and it's like, what did I do wrong? It was
Trust
adorable.
me, I hid in the corner for a while after that.
It was adorable and frightening at the same time.
I love what Leah
gosh.
said. Leah, who is another one of our broadcasters, she's like, when we got to Philadelphia, I got on the elevator and immediately had someone tell me, "Don't worry, we're furries. We don't bite." And that her and Aunt B actually walked around the whole con without badges for like when they first got there because it was still opening day.
Nice.
But I mean, either way,
Nice.
like we still had a wonderful experience, especially since we got to meet you, my dear dragon.
Best part.
Yeah.
Oh.
Best friend.
Especially when we got on. That was the first thing we saw when we got to the second floor because we were like, we got to find where registration is.
Well, no, we did see a Cupid. I think the angel is an angel dragon.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I'm friends with her.
Really?
Cute.
Yeah.
And then we saw you, and you squeaked at us. We immediately go, holy shit!
Oh no, I wish you guys would have been there. Like I walked down the hallway and I saw like a random like post that holds up signs normally, and you missed it. I like was taking it and I was biting it, dragging it with me, and then like my boyfriend's friends were like, "No, don't eat that. You can't eat that." So I run down the stairs. I'm pointing at people, trying to get people's attention. Like I was a mess. I was so happy to see you guys, and that was like fueling my energy. So I was doing a bunch of weird
Yay!
stuff.
Wish
Oh,
I could
no.
have seen that. That
I
sounds so
want to
adorable.
see if there's a video out there of that. I want to see that.
I think I'm in a couple of people's YouTube videos unintentionally, but
I know when I was when we were walking through the con, that first night we ran into you again, and then we saw you Saturday during the contest because you found us. So we kept finding you, and then I know last day I ran into you right as Svet and Sammy were loading up the car, and I was like, I have to let her know that we're leaving.
I know, I was so sad. I was like, no, I think I gotta leave.
But we had a long drive ahead of us. We had to get Sammy home, and then
Mhm.
we had to get home, which ended up turning going from a 10-hour drive into
To a 19-hour drive.
to a 19-hour drive.
Oh, God.
I didn't. Thank God I didn't have to work the next day. Svet's
You're
like, I'm sleeping.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad you guys made it okay because like that sounds like a lot. Like,
We've already decided that next year we're figuring another way up there, because Gray's coming next year. So we're trying to figure, like, either we're taking a train, or if we have to take a plane, whatever we got to do, we'll get there. Or we're gonna drive. We're gonna rotate in shifts and not just have me and poor Svet.
well, hey, if it makes your, if it's cheaper or anything, you're always welcome in our room because we usually have a group of people, but we can make a group starting with you guys and bring some friends into it and whatnot, so you guys can get a cheaper room.
Let's get a
and be with
suite
friends.
together. That'd be awesome.
That would be actually nice to do, like a
Yes.
suite. I think that. Well, I know they're moving locations this next year. Wow, it's hard to believe that.
Yeah, they go into a casino, and I was so upset because the guy who ran the restaurant at that convention was like so nice, and I really wanted to interview him again.
Yeah, and he knows his partner is on staff, so I think that he's going to try and get off that weekend.
Mhm.
Oh, there you
Because
go.
he said that I want to come to the convention and actually experience the whole thing, and I'm like, oh no, they're moving it.
Especially since the guy was like, if you're a furry and you feel like you're in an unsafe area, I mean, like if somebody's bullying you, it's like, come to my restaurant. It's a safe spot.
Yeah, he said all you have to do.
Aw.
He's like, I don't care if you just drink water the whole time you're here. He said, just come in here. It's a safe spot. And we even talked to somebody else at the con, and they said, yeah, that they mainly were using, like, that's why a lot of people were in the restaurant aside from the normal, quote unquote, normal guests, because it was a safe spot. And I like that. A lot of places don't do that anymore.
No, they
Yeah, that's wonderful that they do that.
don't. Mhm.
And that's kind of something I say in my classroom, that this is a safe space, which I still think that there is a furry in my class.
Oh. So, according to Marcus, our boss cat, he said next year there will be an AFR suite.
Whee!
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, by the way, good night, Storm. Glad you're doing better and that you got home safe.
Yes,
Stormy's
good
going
night,
to bed.
Storm.
Good
Rest well.
night.
Beware the chicken.
Wait.
Screw the chicken.
Marcus is typing.
You chicken fucker.
Oh my God, Marcus says
Oh.
with AFR suite, which means AFR parties.
Oh, goodness. Have you guys seen what time it is?
No.
It's 10:53.
No.
Oh my gosh,
But-
no.
7 more
I
minutes.
don't wanna
But
go to
we
work.
always chat after the show. And since Gray don't have I don't think any of us have work tomorrow.
I do.
Roxy can go to bed.
Screw you,
Yeah, I don't have work
bitch.
tomorrow, so I'm good.
Right, so we can stay up a little longer.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I drank an a double shot of Irish coffee, and I did not get buzzed. I need to lay off alcohol for a while, and so I could lower my tolerance again.
Well, I drank almost a whole bottle of wine this weekend in one day.
Oh,
You're the wine ant.
Oh.
Well, I was bored, and I was also eating chocolate too to help me.
Wine and chocolate.
I was staying hydrated as well.
This show is just so awesome. Like, it's just so nice to, like, hear you guys talk, and it's like, no, when you find out what time it is, and you're like, Oh, come on.
This is every week for us. This is legitly every
Yeah.
week for us. We're like, but why?
I mean, this is the best thing to do is hang out with friends and meet new friends over time too as well. And
Right.
we get to jaw jack about a lot of things that we've encountered, what other people's encountered, especially with you, our guests, what you've encountered. And on a personal note, I'm hoping, actually not hoping, let me rephrase that. I will be out there next year
Yes.
Yeet.
for Philadelphia. So
Yay.
We'll have all of Tuva in one spot.
yes, without
God.
me being by remote.
Maybe we can have a show that's not cringeworthy.
Hey,
Oh.
first time.
Philadelphia. I'd love to
That
see you
worried
guys.
me.
Well,
I'll be honest with you, that worried me. That
first,
that part of the show.
well, I mean,
I'm
this is to
so
be
sorry.
expected.
I was so like caught off guard. I didn't know what to do because I'm out in the open and I'm like nervous. I'm like, yeah, Gray's in space. Like, oh god, I'm an idiot.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's the first time we've really done anything where, I mean, like we said then, and we still say this now, we are here on computer screens. We're sitting behind computers, behind mics. Nobody sees us. And so we're not used to people actually seeing us face to face.
And then having just a mic in front of you and like I had no computer, in
I'm-
front of me, not even a laptop. And I'm
I'm
like,
kinda
oh,
used
this
to
sucks
it.
so bad.
And I hate it. It's from the teacher experience. I've gotten used to talking in front of people, so
Mhm.
I got used to that, and it was just kind of trying to get the others like, hey, we're here, people see us, so guess what? We actually have to participate, and I can't sit still
It's you know what? It's
in front
not
of a
even-
class
it's
or
not-
a lecture hall. I have to stand up.
It
I have to
wasn't
move
even
around.
being in front of people. It was the disorganization and not having everybody there. Now I'm not blaming that on you, Gray. I'm just it's like if you saw you saw the stream, like
Mhm.
you know the mics weren't working great, so you know they were having that problem, and then I was
Well,
not.
we were operating basically 5 off on that session, and well, one I was not able to actually follow along with the stream because there was a 45 to 50-second delay,
Ugh.
so
Yeah.
I don't even know what the heck is actually going on out there. So I was pretty much flying blind.
Right.
Mhm.
And then I kept on knocking stuff over because I was nervous, and I'm like, it's a mess, and it felt awful.
But I mean, you know what? It's okay.
For the like
Teasing you about knocking things down.
no, it's fine. Laughing about
I've
it made me
honestly
feel
felt
better.
guilty about it.
No, laughing about it made me feel better about it. Because you make
Some of the
content.
Yeah, some of the Philadelphia staff were not prepared for people that had events there too. Like,
Oh, that's true.
first of all, they promised
Mhm.
projectors. They didn't have any of those, and then they're like, "Oh well, whatever. We don't know what to do."
Yeah. And
Well,
then go ahead.
If I remember hearing correctly, they do actually have a lessons learned list put together.
Nice.
Good. Well, it is only
They
the
should be
second.
more prepared for the next year. So
Well, it was
Yeah,
only the
that's
second
good, though.
run.
But I
Yeah.
think someone's calling you from downstairs.
Oh shit.
you're popular.
Anyway, I'll take a look at that.
No dear.
But I'm hoping, like, I will say now that we kind of established ourselves at Philadelphia, and now that we have our lovely banner in our actual studio, I'm thinking if anybody wants it, that I might have business cards printed off with that, and maybe doing like some kind of cool banner for us.
Mm-hmm.
I have access to business stuff now that I'm in the educational field. So
Yeah.
banner and like business cards that have that lovely Tuba image on it.
Yeah.
Plus, it's
That's
adorably
gonna be
done.
awesome.
But besides all that going wrong at the first show,
We still had fun.
still had fun.
Yes, we still had fun.
And thank you to all. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Excuse me, I am
5,
so
6 people.
sorry.
6 to 8 people who stayed through all 3 hours of that cringe show. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think I felt really bad because we had intermission, and then they're like all of them left, and I'm like, uh-oh, was it that bad? And I saw them come back. I said, oh, I guess they didn't suck that bad. because they came
I
back.
was worried when I saw that happen. I'm sitting going, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I'm like, well, time to close the doors and just call it a day.
Yeah.
Hell with it.
Speaking about closing the doors,
Yes.
we have 1 minute left.
Honestly, according to the time, we have 23 seconds left, but I'm going to run a little over.
No.
However,
we're like, no.
unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. And we have run out of time. However, but before we go, I want to thank everybody who's been listening. For starting your week off right with the 2 Vol show. We wouldn't be here without you guys, and we love doing this. As much as I'm complaining about our Philadelphia show, we hope that next year will be 300% better. But if you guys want to, support the show, there is a Patreon for All for Radio. We do this, free. This is our hobby. We're not asking for money, but if you do want to support the station and the show, you can do it that way. If you want your own show, you can contact us. You can contact Marcus Damon. You can contact the All for Radio page, the 2 Vol page, and ask for, to be on air, to have your own show, or just even be a guest on one of the shows that we have already going on, such as 2 Vixens and a Wolf, and Leah Listens. I'm not sure if Dusty Records takes guests, but
we might.
They might.
Dusty mentioned having a guest on 2 weeks ago.
So there's that.
Nice.
If you have an event that you want to promote, or a species, or something, again, all 3 shows will take you. We'll take you first, though.
Hey, be nice.
We need the ratings. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you, Kleo, for being on air with us for all 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm glad I could talk about my species. And like I said, I'll just say this really quick. If you guys want to know more information about the open and very creative free species known as the Celestial Guardian Dragons, feel free to check out our Facebook page, which is the Celestial Guardian Dragon Community, or check out my YouTube channel, which I'm going to talk more about the species. If you're interested, just look up Kleo the Medical Dragon and you should get some results. So I'm so thankful that I was able to meet these guys in person and be a part of the show, because they're awesome people. And like they said, they're really out there to help people, and they're just so awesome. So thank you so much for having me.
Making us blush.
Always welcome.
Oh,
and also with all the guests that we've had in the past, we're going to tell you the same thing. Doors wide open if you want to come back out and hang out with us again.
Yeah.
Yes. Always come
More
back.
than happy to.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
But again, thank you guys who've been listening. If you just tuned in, you've been listening through all 3 hours, this show's for you. But thank you guys for starting your week out right on Monday evening with the 2 Vixens and a Wolf, and have a good night.
Night night.
Good night.
Beware the chicken. Beware it.
That's my line.
I know.
All right, we're clear.
All righty. Are we
And-
clear out of Facebook?
About to be.
Okay.
I know Eric is wanting to see if they can chat with us after the show, because I think they want to just kind of hang out for a little bit.
Ooh.
I am actually I found out Vistaprint makes banners, and they're actually reasonable. They're vinyl, and they can do the grommets on it. So I'm going to show you guys what I found. So they actually show you what it might look like once it's completed. It's a 2x6, a 2.5 by 6.
I gotta see this.
Oh, it's so cool. And it's the banner that we actually had done.
Ooh, okay. Also, sorry if I was a bit quiet. I'm very tired.
Oh,
You're
no,
fine.
sweetie.
I just want to
you're
do this
good.
real quick. Thank you guys on Facebook live stream. We're signing off for the night. Have a good one.
Night, night.
Night.
Good night, folks.
Isn't that cool, guys? Look what I did. I did a thing.
Oh, that's weird.